ground. It looks like it sits on wheels. That would have been perfectly. But Mark instead got 2 plates, 4 small plates, a sausage, and some ice. And decided that's how we should make it. Well, that's it. Can we just
Look
eat
at
that?
this guy talking shit with his mic aimed at his nipples.
It's one of my knuckles.
It's like a sound bite. Look at this guy. Look at this guy talking shit with his nipples.
That's what I took to be the first to hear. That's what kind of move. Look at the legend on here, and then this means. It's on me. It's the camera. That's the better camera. I was holding this now, I guess.
Yeah, it's definitely maybe it was not the first one.
More the person talking to us.
Yeah,
when I hold this, I think of the scene in Star Wars where he's like, 3PO, shut down and give him all the detection levels. He's like, are you okay? This is too informal. Why is there 1 minute extra? This is a test. This is your episode, isn't it? And if only I could have been foreseen as being a terrible idea.
I was going to say was Ottoman is not the first solution. I get that you're throwing that out.
Then this?
Yeah.
How would the Ottoman be a better solution?
The Ottoman better than what we have. I'm not saying this is good. I'm saying they're both bad solutions.
It spins. It has wheels. It looks like it has wheels. You could just turn
wheels
it.
roll notoriously smoothly on a smooth surface with a.
You can take this off. Let's do it. Take that off.
Get your
take this off.
No,
I did. At this point,
I like
our system. Get the Ottoman. Get the Ottoman. We're not getting Get the Ottoman. This is the episode, because I'm not getting up. Get the Ottoman. I stood up once, hit the power button. I'm not going to do
Ottoman. Get the Ottoman. Are you actually going to not get up and walk 4 feet?
Oh, 100% I'm that petty.
It's your idea.
I know. This is not my episode. This is Mark's episode.
Right. By default.
It's Mark's episode. He wanted the ice plates. He gets the hold your drinks. Jesus. Hold them. There's ceramics.
Fingers.
How has this turned into such a disaster? We had a spill. It's your idea. None of that was my idea. You said take the tablecloth off. You said. Since when are you as dumb as me with following directions? That was the idea. That was the idea. There were no directions. Also, I don't know for sure if the Ottoman has wheels. I just asked if it did.
You said it looks like it does.
It does look. Do you see something that looks wheel-like underneath? It looks wheel-like.
Ottoman, Wade. Ottomans have legs.
Then, therefore, it probably does have wheels. Here we go. This was his idea. What in the hell? This was your idea. Oh my God, it was not. This is not the idea. This was your idea. Welcome to your idea, and then you spin it when you want to go to the next person.
Oh God, okay, good.
So now that we're here,
it's gonna make you look like you're 2 feet.
It's not. My face is barely in it. My head's in it. Hi. All right, and then it turns to Wade.
Okay.
All right, man, how's it going? The audio people are going to be real mad.
This is a very visual gag. It's true.
Yes, this is incredibly visual. Okay, you guys literally had 2 plates with melting ice and some sausage. Like, this is a lazy Susan.
It is technically it's a lazy Susan because it's 2 things with something that reduces friction between them, so the top one can rotate.
I do want to add my first suggestion was to find some like balls or something on the plate instead of ice. I'm sorry, how many balls have you got?
You suggested that after we had set the whole thing up.
You were in the kitchen working. I know what you were doing.
You were like, man, if you had some bouncy balls, that'd be great. After we were already like turning it on the table.
Man, how hard is it to get rid of 6 pieces of ice?
It's like 8 pieces of ice.
Why would we get rid of it? What? To put balls! How many balls do you have?
Give us your bouncy balls that you have.
I'm sorry, I forgot to bring those over. Why are you even suggesting it? I thought maybe you had some. This is a house. The average house? How many bouncy balls were in the average house? There were once children in this house. Maybe they had bouncy balls that are preserved somewhere because they're...
That's not my camera sitting on that thing.
There were never children in this house. We just killed the dog. How you doing, Chico?
I think it's okay. I think it landed in a way that's totally fine.
Oh, the camera also fell.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm gonna say the wide angle flew off.
Oh. Come on.
You just walked in at a very opportune moment.
Yeah, Mark's doing a great job of taking great care of your house. Come on. I pulled the chicken for you. All right.
Chica.
Did you like that?
You like this episode, Chica?
What are you doing? Nothing. Nothing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sounds good. How to make dumplings? That sounds good. We've definitely worked up an appetite watching this travesty.
That's the episode. All done. Bye.
We haven't been in this room for a very long time. For those listening, this would have been before audio was a thing.
All silent. It's like going to the movies in the 20s.
Yeah, videos, they call them lookies.
We did grow up too. This table used to seem so big when we were little. That is, hey. I guess I'm sinful today.
Who's that guy who lives in Vegas? He looks like hard rock.
Oh, I'm not holding my microphone.
The lean in down closer to it. Perfect.
Hey.
So, in today's episode, we are going to talk about, I don't know, what are we going to talk about?
I thought we were going to reminisce about this. We didn't really explain why we were in this room before the last.
Yes.
That's just up your nose, Cam.
In this room, basically, was where we first started doing charity live streams together and some recording sessions. If you've been following this channel and this podcast, not this channel, this podcast and my channel for quite a long time, you'll know that we have been doing content for way too long. And the time has come for us to announce our retirement.
That sucks.
We've come a long way, and we think it's better to end on a high note before the inevitable crash and burn that is coming.
Jason Kelsey, Matt Pat, us.
I don't think I ever hit a high note.
I've been in the same room.
We're like a chord, you know, one's on top, one's comfortably in the middle, one's carrying the low end.
Would you look at me? I have a very high voice. I'm definitely not the boss of this ensemble.
They call it the root note.
The bottom note is not always the root just because it's the lowest. You can have inversions of the root.
It's about the root canal.
It's actually blocked by the right now, so.
Oh, that sucks.
How long until food?
Okay, so
I don't believe you.
stretch this out for 10 more minutes.
This is going to be the weirdest episode ever. Well, because we're going to eat. We're going to eat one here.
Yeah, we're gonna eat on it.
We're going to
Just like all times.
Okay.
People love it when we eat on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Have we done that?
I've done it.
Did you remember all those episodes where Mark was like, lenses? You mean olives? 2 times longer juice.
I gotta shout out my boy.
I'm right here.
Tugman 4471. You know, actually, when I said that, I guarantee there's at least 1 or 2 people that were like, Tugman 4470! Yeah! He's my man. My latest hobby that I told you guys about.
Yes.
Render farm.
Oh, yeah.
Render farm? Render farm?
My main man, Tugman 4470. You're the real. You're the real. You get me the best discounts on possibly good server hardware. I haven't even gotten it yet. I'm sure it's great.
Where are they coming from?
Shenzhen, China.
Is that electronics company?
I feel like that's going into possibly prejudiced territory, but keep going.
Honestly, there's just like their manufacturing in Shenzhen is like every piece of technology.
Where was the place where the glycine factory was?
Medical grade glycine?
Medical grade glycine. Did you hear about this?
Of course not. It's me.
On TikTok, there was a huge trend where there was this non-stop talk about medical grade glycine, and there was this one.
What's
TikTok
glycine?
I don't know.
I don't know, and I don't know what it's for.
Okay.
I just know that medical grade glycine was very important.
It would be so great if we had a third angle.
We could have if I brought my camera.
Can you go get that?
And be back in time before Bob will have to be gone?
Take
No.
one of these cameras and take your microphone and document your journey while Mark and I do this episode here.
Just drive home while holding a camera and a microphone?
Yeah. Or, stick it in a cup holder.
There's like an A plot, B plot to the podcast. That's actually not a bad idea. That's so funny. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Or one of us could stay and 2 of us could go so I don't have to hold the camera.
It's
No.
awkward for the one who stays.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I would hate to be the one that has the awkward
It's
part.
like you drive a stick shift. How many hands you need to drive?
Sometimes 2. 10 and 2. Remember my classic one?
phone. We have phones. We have amazing recording. He's dumb. Dumb.
Of course I'm dumb.
No, put your phone up there. On its side. recording with the lenses, facing me and Bob.
Mark, we can't touch it, but we have to get it to do what you want. This is the current challenge. Wait, what Mark would like is for your phone to be the third camera angle in this situation. He would like for you to lean it up against either maybe this giant bottle of water or those very lightweight salt and pepper containers, and set it up so that it films using the good cameras. Maybe so the cameras are not on the table. Maybe flip it a little.
Is that good?
No, vertical, no vertical.
No, like so the cameras aren't on the bottom.
Right, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Just so that perspective is as good as it can be.
All right, you've given him all the instructions you can. Let's see where he goes.
All right, execute.
Are we in there?
What's it?
What's
I'm holding the phone from slipping.
It's not slipping at all.
Well, I know, but I gotta tilt it.
Oh, okay, I see. He's got it. He's thinking.
Okay, you know what?
All right, you're both in there, but barely. So don't lean to your left. Don't lean to your right.
There's an ultraviolet.
All right, so go on.
Welcome to Distractible. I am your host. Thank you so much for joining us. And
We're 20 minutes in. Why are you doing the intro?
I'm having a great day today, and so are my boys, Bob and Wade here.
Hey,
We are going to be talking about a wonderful topic, getting older. We haven't been in this room together for about 9 years. 9?
Is that true?
Probably. It probably
That
is.
doesn't sound like long enough, but also that's a long time.
Yeah, probably about
9 or 10.
9 years.
It's at least 9, probably.
I moved away in 2013.
I visited here one time since then when Mark was here, but the three of us have not been here together in that long. I'm also really thirsty, and now my water bottle is part of this contraption. Oh God, don't! You monster! But I could trade out for these dishes.
Very low profile, but equally supportive dishes.
No,
Yeah, if only you use just the clear water bottle.
no. The salt and pepper really adding that aesthetic.
Okay.
All right, we're good. Go out, do your episode.
So, I want everyone to understand that editors take the wide angle and then bulge it in the center and like contract, use barrel distortion to make it seem like we're all the same way. Whatever you do, don't use the opposite of barrel distortion to make it look like even more exaggerated than it's tiny in the center.
Ah, you mean spoon distortion. Everyone knows the opposite of a barrel is a spoon.
It's the smallest container, just as a barrel is the largest container.
There's a really infamous picture, not infamous, there's a good picture of us right before I moved to LA. Yeah, where we're right there with our charity shirts.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that people saw me compared to you guys. The natural assumption is that I am minusculely tiny and not that you both are giant humans.
You are kind of minusculely tiny.
I'm not.
We're average height.
Yeah, wait, I'm barely average at best. I'm 5'8".
Yes. But that was the last time. No, that wasn't the last time we were here. I feel like when I came and visited and we did another thing here after I moved to LA. I just can't remember what it was.
We also did a couple things at your apartment.
Or Christmas one where we were hitting each other with bats or
We
something.
weren't there for Slapsgiving, were you? I thought it was just Mark and I.
I left before any of the actual slaps started.
That was way before I moved. That was
Okay,
before.
okay.
Well, you also had an apartment here for a while that I at least went to. I don't know if the three of us did.
We recorded that Rust series that many people seem to enjoy back in the day. Was in that apartment that you lived in? Yeah.
That's true.
But that wasn't the three of us together. That was just you two. And then we did a stream there.
We did do the three of us did a charity stream there one time. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember you had like a white couch.
Yeah,
I think we spelled something very red on the white couch at some point.
I don't remember that.
Maybe I was just afraid we were going to be.
I remember you used to do fan mail, and at your apartment we did a fan mail opening, and you pulled out like a taxidermied animal.
Yeah,
And the person who said that was very offended that we were kind of like caught off guard.
I was way more afraid of that than I should have been. Like, because it was just the pelt.
Well, when you're not expecting it, a surprise possum or whatever it was is kind of like you're like, oh, look at this drawing, look at this like clay thing they made, look at this possum. Like it is kind of different.
Yeah, that got out of hand super fast.
Yeah.
The idea of doing like unboxings on camera and like especially doing it on a live stream. Like now looking back, I would never in a million years do an unboxing live on stream.
without knowing exactly what's happening.
It's insane to even think about doing that nowadays. But back then I was so stupid and it was so new. Like why would I ever think that anything wrong could happen with that? Not that anything bad actually happened. That's not what it's
It's
about.
just an incredible potential for you to pull out something horrific or, violating TOS.
Yes.
Unbeknownst to your own self.
Yes. Although I feel like if someone sent like just a giant dildo, unless they're packaging it in a way that it doesn't look like it's going to be a giant dildo.
If you get enough, it'll be so wide that it'll be confusing that it's so wide and so tall.
Or if someone, like, there's a sex doll and it's like someone packages it and it just looks like, but it's a disguise. It's actually like a GameCube, but
You open up the sex doll, there's a dildo inside.
no, they got me. Yeah, that'd be great. Anyway, but that was back in the day, and now we're older. Hey, Mom, are we old?
Do I look old to you? Am I old?
Mark, she is asking if she looks old to you.
No, you don't look old to me.
Compared to me.
That's true.
She said then we're not old compared to her.
So you hear that? We're not old, right, guys?
I don't know if the microphones are picking her up.
No, they're not.
The phone might be getting good room sound.
What, is that rolling? It might be. I think I hit record.
How long have you been doing this, man? It still stuns me because it's not actually a bit. People think that his technological ineptitude is a bit. It's actually not.
Really not.
Yeah.
It's completely earnest too.
Okay.
You don't do it on purpose. You just don't give a shit.
I have one way of doing things, and if that way breaks, I don't know what I'm doing. So my camcorder, I know where the power button is, I know where the record button is. Someone's like, you guys at one point, you're like, hey, for Riverside, we need to change the frames. And I was like, oh no, change the frames? You mean those settings? How do I get to those?
That's such a fascinating way of living because I really want to know how things work, especially how I use them. I have a natural curiosity for how something works. You have that too.
Mine is more from a place of like, there's too much catastrophe in what we do.
Mm-hmm.
There have been so many times where I sat down at my computer and was like, let me turn on this computer and camera and microphone that I've used hundreds of times up to this point, and then I turn it on and it's like, well, the camera doesn't work, and that's the microphone settings are changed, and it's like, well, I have to know how to do all this because things like Windows just break shit for no reason.
This is when having 30 different people in my friend group comes in handy, because I just reach out to each one of them individually till one's free to help me solve it.
You don't have any itch of like, well, I wish I could be more self-sufficient, so I should maybe learn how to just do these things so I know this for myself. Because I'm bad at remembering. I don't remember. I learn something about a camera or a system, and if I don't use it enough, I forget it. And so it'll happen again, a year later, the same thing will happen, and I'm like, we saw this before. I know this. I have to learn.
Dude, my last car, I had to look up tutorials like 2 years in to figure out how to change the time.
Okay, well, I wouldn't know how to do that either.
Some of them are really easy. They got like a time button and you just like boop and boop, boop, boop. It's easy. My car, nothing was labeled time.
It's because it had a digital screen.
Okay, I can kind of get where he's coming
I'm not going to judge you for that. I do think that that's weird, given that you're in a very technological profession. But that's just like who you are. That's okay.
Yeah.
I was at my peak of like comfort level whenever I was working as a clerk, and I was down in like the basement where they didn't have technology yet. And I was just going through the boxes and moving them alphabetically.
But then you could be at the movie theater. You could work in the box. You could unpack the popcorn.
I still have paper tickets. Food is
I'm going to give up the podcast, YouTube, and Twitch to unbox popcorn.
Still do it.
You have time to do both of those.
Why did I want to become a popcorn unboxer?
Because you just sounded like you were the most content in your life. That's what you
I
said.
didn't say content. I said I understood things.
At home.
You're the most at home.
It made sense.
You could live at the
Simple.
movie theater.
It was simple.
You
Like
could
me.
live. You could sleep in the projection booth. You could watch everyone.
I don't like people watching. People are weird. Like every now and then I'll be like, "Huh, look at those guys. They're weird." But like then I'm bored.
What if you watch people making out in the background?
Then I'm creepy.
Exactly, that was a test. You would never work in my movie theater, though.
Like, look at those teens making out. That's weird.
I'm weird.
What were we talking about?
Technology, camera.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So with
Old.
let's say, for example, this movie, right? One of the things is VFX. VFX for a complicated mystery.
Visual sound effects is what it stands for.
He's
He's so
proud of himself for that one. He realized that found rhymed with sound, and sound effects is also a thing.
Oh God, he has so much joy in here.
I don't ever make anyone laugh as much as I make mine laugh. I have always contested
That's
that.
that old cartoon character that, like, the dog. That was exactly who you were.
The bad guy's dog.
Yeah.
That's what they do, right?
Yeah. That was amazing. I wish I could bring myself as much joy as you.
Dude, I entertain myself a lot.
All right, so visual sound effects, which is what they are.
Sure.
So there's certain things that you can do, and CG is like computer graphics. A lot of it comes down to rendering. But there's a whole world of like art there that I know I'll never fully get. I won't be an expert at it, but at least the technology side is like, okay, for the sake of rendering, I can render, and I can figure out how to do that. I can build a render farm, right? I know how to build a computer because I've done it before. I've done it for you. I look into it like a server can't be that different. And so this is where my brain goes. It goes from one to the other. I have a basis of knowledge. This is a problem that I'm facing. I think I can figure out, puzzle a way to a solution using my knowledge. You never have any desire to do that?
My knowledge is to socially outreach and find someone else who can solve my problem.
See, but I do that too. I rely a lot on the expertise of other people because, I know Mark knows a lot of shit about cameras and sound stuff that I haven't learned yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I do that in an effort to, broaden what I know at least a little bit.
I think I've also given up. So I've gone through and I've done settings on the XLR. I don't know how many times now. So I've gotten different. I had to switch out XLRs. I've gotten 2 or 3 computers since I got the first XLR, and I've gone through steps. People figure out how to set it up, how to get it sounding right, this and that. But then I don't do it for a year and a half. All the knowledge is gone. I don't remember anything.
Nothing?
I don't remember how to find the button to the mic. Right now it's in my head because I just did it recently. But clicking the mic button to find the gain, people are like, "Wait, you're quiet." And I was like, I have no idea how to fix that.
Really?
Yeah.
You dead serious?
Yeah.
Dead ass?
Dead ass. I had to have someone tell me where to go on the XLR to find the gain.
Do you remember?
No, it's terrible. It is actually terrible. Scarily terrible. If there's one thing I question about my health, it's not the physical health, it's my memory. It is just non-existent.
Huh.
Things go in one ear and I'm like, okay, I really need to remember this. 5 minutes later, I will have no idea what it was.
That's kind of cool. Not cool.
But it's just why would I learn technology whenever it's I figure out how to do this thing on my camera, then I don't mess with it for 2 years, and someone's like, hey, can you do that? I'm like, nope, no clue. Walk me through it, I guess. So why would I? But at this point, my body is just why bother trying to learn that? You're just gonna forget it.
I guess I relate to that. I feel that very much, especially for me, it was always school stuff, right? I really struggle with
I was good back then. I don't know if I get it.
Lectures, but what I do is I sit through the lecture and I do my best, but then I have to go home and it's I go over my notes. I go over is there a thing for you that makes it stick anymore?
Probably if I took notes. If I wrote stuff down while I was going, because I was a person who never had to study, but if I wrote something down, it helped me retain it. Because school came so naturally to me, and I didn't have to study.
Clearly you're making it work, but you can do that in normal life too.
I could.
That's why the points.
Man, we're all in so much constitutional trouble.
I don't know about you guys, but I haven't had to host one, so it's not up to me.
Oh, God.
The car kept track of the points. I was typing it in.
It's almost like the Constitution bullshit.
But anyway, my point is, I do still use those strategies that I know where it's if I really need to know something, I physically write it down somewhere and I go over that where I put, I'm not saying you have to do that, but do you ever do that for stuff that's actually really important?
The most I do now is I'll put things in my calendar on my phone. That is the step I have taken because I got so many different streaming collabs that people invite me to do things that I'm just I triple booked myself one day and I had no idea I did it until the day of, and then I went live and I got a text hey, you ready to join for that thing? And I was like, and then another person was like, hey, where you at? And I was I felt so horrible. I was I'm going to start using the calendar to remind myself of when I've got things because I can't do that to people again.
You can't do that to people again? You missed one session and you're I can't betray them ever again like that.
No, socially, my social obligations are where all of my stress and stuff go. It's I want to.
More than once, but you guys remember the last time I didn't show up to a recording and you were calling me and then calling
Rin, I think, yeah.
And I showed up like did 2 hours late or something.
Yeah.
That lives in my head constantly. I feel awful about that.
Really?
Well, Mark's done it a couple times.
And like I show up late, which I do feel guilty about, but not in the same way of where it's like I just straight up didn't write that down or remember that we had that scheduled, and you guys are just sitting there like, hey, here, he's always late.
See, that kind of stuff I'm a lot better about because I put it in my phone, or else I just like I either will remember those things or I'll put them in my phone as like a calendar thing.
You don't feel any guilt.
I feel some guilt, but because I do it a lot though. And I feel bad because you guys will send me like one text, and then I think you're just like, I must have got so that's something. And then
No, we'll sit there for like an hour and a half.
That's really?
Yeah.
Now I feel bad.
So there's definitely been days where Bob and I sat there for like an hour and a half, and we're like, oh, I guess we'll just chat.
Just in case, because we know, especially with the movie,
Yeah.
it was like Mark has 4 free hours this week, and this stretch is like 3 of them. So even if he's going to show up late, like, we should make sure we can, before we have to record this show, we want to.
I can't wait for how open my schedule is. I am so excited. People have no idea. People have no idea what it was like out there actually watching. Like it was a shock that I kept up with the podcast as much as it was. Like that was the one thing that like kept up with everything.
Was how hard it was to like get you free time? Yeah, I can imagine.
It was nuts. And I keep thinking like, man, it didn't have to be this way. Which is why I pursue these problem solves. That's why I'm not building a Reddit farm out of like, let's build it.
It's a spite.
It is. It's spite. It's because every single problem that I've run into that has taken my time, I never want to run into that problem again. That's why I pursue so many things and try to learn things. Is like
fair.
I feel this unbearable itch that's like it didn't have to be that way. I want it to never be that way again. So all the hard drive stuff, that's because I never wanted to deal with the problems again. The lens stuff is like I never wanted to deal with that problem again. The Renifer, I never want to deal with that problem again. I never want to be caught with my pants down so that it compromises all of my social status, obligations, social status, my social obligations, my friendships, the people that I want to spend time with. I wasn't home.
I can't imagine what it was like for you. I know I can't speak for Bob either, I suppose, but for me at least, like there were days where you were like, can't make it today, let's do Thursday. And I was like, man, that 6-month dermatologist appointment was Thursday, but I know it's the only day Mark has, so guess that's getting moved. Like there was a graduation I had to miss for a family. Like there were some compromise where I was like, man, we gotta get an episode done. Mark's only got one day.
In the hospital, in the delivery room. Can we do that right now? Mandy, hold it in. I need him.
Hold it's hold.
I was being like, I know Mark wouldn't just do that, so I know it was his schedule, but like we all kind of felt it a little bit, so I can't imagine how severe it was for you if it like pushed up on us like that, not that much, but that much,
there was times when I was like, man, I just haven't been home. Like I miss the pets passing away here, and I think my grandma passed away, but I was able to go through that.
That was crazy.
That was nuts.
You were in Texas, and this the next day you were in Korea.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later we were like recording, and you were back in LA or something. Like that whole stretch must have been unreal for you with like flying and all the stuff happening.
And then I got my ear infection while I was over there, and I had to go to.
We'll start with the eyes too, because you were in the hospital for your eyes right before that too.
Yeah, that was right before that because I got shingles.
Yeah, it's the shingles.
Yeah, the shingles. Yes, like man.
Then you had the blood eyes, the shingles, then the ear.
Yeah, it was the shingles, and then the shingles was also spread to my eye, but it caught early, and then I got blood in my eye, and then actually it wasn't even blood. Like I can't even talk about why. People think it was like, oh, he got some fake blood in his eye. That's not it. That's not it. But I can't talk about why because the thing's not out yet. Like there's so many layers of blood.
I said, what do you mean? Yeah, it is, but you're right, it's not.
It's not. Yeah, exactly.
You're misremembering.
Yeah, because that's the joke that everybody like, oh, he got some fake blood in his eyes. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah.
You have no idea what went on in that time, but I can't talk about it. So once it's out, there's gonna be so many stories that I'll be able to actually talk about. But all of it spills down to like this constant cavalcade of like, I won't let this problem happen again. I had problem after problem, and that's the thing about the movie making process is that it is a series of problems that you need to solve in life and what you're doing. Like, even this is a comical way of problem solving. This camera right here is a comical problem solving. If you can make it in a funny way because you know you can fix it, it's like that's a good way to do it. But with movies, the stakes are so high, the problems are so profoundly big that you have to have huge paradigm shifts to be able to solve them. And if you can't solve them, then That's how bad movies get made. That's how shit gets put out there. And that's why all the systems are in place that all the companies do it, is because they're used to this expressly strict pipeline.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I've only ever seen your sets, so I don't have any real context for it. But, like, even in the way that you do stuff, which is, I think, probably a lot more flexible than how they do on TV shows around their own media, it still is like, we're on set today, here's the schedule. Maybe the schedule moved around a little bit to accommodate something, but most of this was decided 6 months ago. Was like, these people will be here, this person can only be here this day, we need to shoot this person needs to build this thing, which needs to be in this location. Like, there's all this shit where it's like, you can't, it's not like you have buddies and a camera, you're making a YouTube video where you're like, we'll come back tomorrow and what exactly.
Well, you were mostly,
this entire set we need to make this shot work gets destroyed into splinters tomorrow. So we better get this right now.
That is legitimately true.
That's stuff you can't just like, we'll do it another time. It doesn't, not that flexible.
Yeah.
I have to imagine it's way worse.
I didn't have
production with, you work with what, hundreds of people?
There was about 50 to 70 people on set any given day.
Yeah.
And then, the post-production side is still huge with VFX houses.
Is that for the movie you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so other productions where you have, big camera teams you have people around the world, you have thousands of people touching them.
Yeah, like this,
depending on what's happening.
the scale of, say, Game of Thrones with its multiple camera crews in different parts around the world.
Yeah.
Movies are complex things, organized chaos. Even with what I'm talking about with the render films, a visual effects thing, even now, you have, let's say there's a shot that needs a physical simulation or something, like happening. Exactly, you need fluid simulations. To bake it takes, on even good hardware, can take days. And then you look at the result and you go, oh, we fucked up. Do it again!
Yeah.
Days later you'll be done. Those are the kind of problems that would destroy it. And have, and did. File transfers of the 90 terabyte range take up to a day to transfer. Sometimes 2 days.
I've had so many transfers that were 20 gigs or something, where halfway in it dies, and it's like, nobody started that.
Yeah.
A thing that takes 18 hours, 24 hours to actually finish. The odds of that going wrong are so bad.
So high, actually.
So tough.
Yes.
So my experience filming, I would say In Space was probably the one I can say that I was most involved in. So for Heist, we just had like the security guard role, and then we did like one other bit.
There for like one hour day, and we mostly screwed around in the one air conditioned room.
And I can't believe all of Heist was filmed in 14 days. Can you believe that?
That's crazy.
That is
All of
nice.
Heist.
I guess it doesn't feel like to me it feels more interesting. I think of all the different endings, but I guess In Space is just a different orientation of the same idea. But In Space for me, log wasn't filmed every day while we were there. It's like we had to wait for specific sets. So I did I don't know what to call it, the hair universe or the whatever universe, and then we did like some log with like one set, and then it was kind of like we did different locations. It was the place where we did like the boiler room, and there was like the government building, whatever that was, that we did some filming in.
Yeah.
So like there were days I had nothing to do, and then we had to go back to the studio where I think you did most of your filming of the ship.
Mine was all on set.
Yeah.
It was super consistent. It was some like a couple kind of long days, but it was mostly super chill.
Most of mine was there, but it was all in one day. We had like a 10-hour lug day where I just wore the suit all day to do lug shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I felt very important because like there were so many people just like assigned to keep me cool and alive.
And you know why that was? Because there were problems before of keeping people cool, and I was like, we cannot have this again. So it's like trying to get pipelines in to solve problems, but you only get them from experiencing them.
I get it. I mean, I wish I was a problem solver type. Like I used to be more hands-on. I installed like ceiling fans, kitchen faucets. I've repaired cars and stuff in the past, but like I've kind of lost all that now. It's like, well, I don't have to be the one to do it. And I think, well, I think that if we're gonna get real psychological, I don't want to bring the mood down too much, but my family has so many problems that I have to solve that whenever I get away from having to solve problems and like my personal life, I don't want any more. I'm good. It's like people that want to play video games like Elden Ring or Dark Souls, like, man, I love the challenge. And I was like, dude, give me Diablo where I'm crushing everything without having to blink, because like I don't need a challenge. Life's throwing enough at me. I just want easy street. Turn on invincibility mode. I will have so much fun. I could play for hours being invincible. I don't need a challenge at all. Do not need it. Do not want it.
This is non sequitur, but one of my favorite experiences of all time is still the NSP music video bit that we filmed in space.
sneaky.
Right, yeah.
Holy fucking shit, that was so fun.
crazy.
And the outcome, the finished product of that is so good.
It really is. I can't imagine you guys going out for what, like 2 minutes to film, and then hours of costume change. And
Well,
then
the costumes, that was part of the thing. The costumes were super fast.
Were they? That's good.
The makeup and costume people were ready for the. They had like planned that, and as we were doing that, we were like, some people would roll in and change. The people who were ready would roll out and do some stuff. They were like ready. The most extravagant one was the metal one, because there was so much makeup. That was still like maybe 20 minutes turnaround of like,
I guess
put all these on real quick,
Yeah.
put some makeup on, it's keep it simple, but make it look, and specifically the falling through space.
Yeah.
It's where we all just lay on the box and like,
Oh man, so
I
fun.
don't think Wug ever did that, but I don't know if I could have laid down as Wug. Wug took a little while to get into.
big giant double bass. You just
The aliens. I'm thinking of the makeup day where we had like the aliens and the agency, the USA, and like Ethan and everyone that was doing the alien makeup. That took a long time to get their makeup on. So that's what I was referencing.
Still
I thinking was
great. Like, I love space so much, and I'm so glad because, like, when space came out, people loved it, but there were some people like, oh, I just random fun of heist, and I get that. It's totally fine. That's not what space was, and it wasn't meant to be. But space was so complex; it was supposed to be more complex. The ending of part one was supposed to have multiple encounters with the old man, each to the universe that it was part of. It was supposed to be a noir encounter with the old man. There was supposed to be a horror encounter with the old man, with it blood splattered all over the
a
wall.
hair encounter.
No, that was in part two. So there was supposed to be, when you do the divvying pass in part one, it was supposed to get to it. The theme was that it's inevitable, but it was supposed to have some variety to it, but there just wasn't enough time to do it. There wasn't enough time to reset that place and get it in with all the other things that I wanted to get in
It was
there.
surprisingly tough to do the different universes. We did a lot of that where it was like the whole crew. We did several like hallway walks where
Yeah.
we had to do each universe in the hallway, and the whole crew. And it was like you kind of are doing the same thing, but you have to do it in this universe, and there's different.
Yeah.
And Danny, do you remember the day that did that pratfall?
Yeah, yeah.
And he did it like 15 or 20 times.
Like a lot of times. Because going through the hallway was
just see shit.
oh no, Captain, and I started getting a headache, and I felt so bad. I'm like, you got one more in you, buddy. It's just like, but what I love about it is, like, longevity-wise, there's a reason why people go back to space, and even back to this day, they go like, holy shit, space is amazing, because they actually come back to it later. And as a story, it's a much more complete story than Heist was. Heist had a lot more endings, of course. Technically speaking, there's only one ending in space, but the cyclical nature leads to it being a longer-term adventure. And there's people that are still nowadays discovering all those little videos. I had forgotten about the MSP.
Oh, really?
I literally had forgotten about it.
I know we did that in basically less than one full day of shooting.
Yes, 6 hours.
Yeah.
1.5 day.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Even when we were doing it, I was like, this is gonna look so
And it's so good. It's so, oh my god, the captain is there.
Did we do the light thing for that? Where the
Yes.
lights going down the hall?
Yes.
That looked ridiculous.
So good. It's so, and some people haven't even seen that because
If you haven't seen it, find it.
I
It's
watched
so
every reaction video I could find of In Space, and so many people get to the point in part one where like they can decide whether or not to, I forget what the decision is, but ultimately they end up in noir, and they're all so confused.
Yeah.
They're like, I guess we're wearing hats now.
This is the hat universe. Damn.
yeah. There were some people that didn't even realize in the beginning of it that when you die, you're supposed to keep going forward. Some people would reset and go back to the beginning instead of playing forward because they didn't realize it was changing. It was that subtle and so much. They weren't realizing it, so they were like, oh, I'm lost. And the whole thing about space is to be lost. That is kind of the theme, is that you're lost in infinity. And you like, there are people that give up, and that's part of the whole scheme. That's what I intended. It's like people get lost and give up and come back later and jump in a random place because it's a never-ending infinite cycle. I can't believe I lost the ending to that stupid film.
We lost it, comrade.
It's probably good.
It beat you.
Yeah, it won an Emmy, so
I mean, it beat us, comrade.
Hey, Mom, where's the food? Oh, well, we're here. It's supposed to be the eating episode.
Oh, we can get you delivered?
So have you ever had kimchi?
I've never had like kimchi. I've had green barbecue kimchi with all of this stuff.
Do you have a little lazy Susan?
Yes, right here.
Maybe it was supposed to have like another layer of all bearings or something. That would, yeah. Oh my god. I have before. Yeah, it's been a long time. 10 years.
I've had them all.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I had yours.
Yeah.
Which is just her recipe.
I mean, it's been 10 years since I've had them. I can't remember which one you made them. Maybe you made them in LA once.
Yeah, I probably have.
Thank you.
It's basically just chicken and shit. So. Actually, no. Here.
Sure.
You want mostly broth, chicken?
Whatever you give me, I will.
If you don't like it, my mom will hate you forever.
I love it.
How deep are we into this? Are we wrapped up to like actually into eat, or are we eating the whole thing on? Because I'm holding the microphone. More enjoyable than not.
You know, you could.
I'm afraid I'm gonna drip. I don't want to drip on it. I'm a drippy eater sometimes.
It's under your chin. I don't think you'll ever. I talked to a fork.
Hey. Yeah, there's a big pot blocking the thing. That's okay.
I'll just watch it. Alright, you're right.
Is the block knife yet? Oh, that's good.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers. When I like food, I like food. I got a tear in my eye. I was so hungry. I'm not eating yet today. This is my first meal.
Really? Oh, no.
We were sitting here and I was like, man, that food, I hope we could eat some. I'm so hungry. It's very hot. They keep burning my mouth, but I don't care. Thank you. Well, 10 points to you.
You don't have to try the kimchi if you want.
No, fishy is good. It's so much more like.
That's right.
Usually kimchi just kind of tastes like gochujang based.
Kimchi is like, it's a very strong taste. And that's something that Koreans like, is like powerful flavors.
They're strong.
Yeah.
Good.
But you don't have to eat all of it.
You don't make this big.
No. Well, what brand kimchi is this? Is it Icheonmyeon? Oh.
This is the
Spicy.
You like it?
But anyway, so everyone listening to Distractible, we're just like back at my mom's house. This is where we all started pretty much. So if you enjoy the videos that we make together in the podcast, you know, this is where it all goes.
After the contentious episode, which Bob and I both got canceled, depending on what time you looked at the subreddit, we decided to bring it back down to earth and start from scratch.
You want?
We used to always be nice to each other here.
We always, yeah, we were always nice to each other.
Is that true? I don't remember. You guys can tell me anything.
Isn't that literally some stuff we didn't hear? Is that the era of Sean Wade?
Yeah, that is probably
Our core jokes.
Well, I'll tell you about physically in this house. And I don't know if we were mean to each other in this house.
Yes, we were
Usually-
slapping the shit out of each other.
Well, yeah, but that was for charity.
No, that wasn't. That was because we were fundraising for kids.
Was that what Slap City was?
Because the idea was that we felt bad raising money for us.
Oh.
Slap each other because it was not okay that we did that. Hopefully all of you out there can enjoy these unorthodox episodes of Distractible.
This is what it's going to be forever.
Editors are going to have a ball with this one.
This is better than I did the entire time.
That's okay, she's good at it. Well, I still want to do, and I really want to do this, where we go to Korea. I take you guys to Korea. We take you to like
North or south?
That's actually offensive.
Is it?
Yes!
I thought it was hilarious. So did Bob. He laughed.
That's good for you.
Why'd you laugh?
I wasn't laughing at your joke, I was laughing.
Thank you.
Hello.
How's it going? We're recording right now, just so you know. Come on in. No, the water's fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Look at him. Get him. Zoom in.
After we finish up this meal, and the sun sets on this podcast and our era of making content on the internet comes to a close. Thank you so much for being a part of this experience. I think there's no way to end this better than here, where it began.
Holy crap, I spilled so much on my shirt.
See, that's what I was worried about, man.
So, any last words?
What is the deal with this? Are we like deleting our channels, or how serious is this? Because
Loser deletes their channel.
we have a good feeling about this one.
Last words, what you said?
For those only listening, Wade made a peace sign.
Which
And then-
means fade me out.
Can we have little Lixie on the show, or is that a your channel exclusive type deal?
No, he goes wherever he wants. But you might have 50-50 chance of getting one key though. That's the danger.
Well, those are our last words. We done?
From us to you, it's been a real trip. An honor and a privilege. We got merch. Get the last merch we'll ever have. Visit distractiblestore.com.
It's ending, quote unquote.
We're moving into the movie theater decision.
What do you call it?
Fogo de Chao.
I thought you meant the theater. Oh.
Imagine a Brazilian steakhouse movie theater where churrasco, like, servers are coming through, carving people meat in the theater.
You're laying face down in the massage table. Churrasco's on rail systems, laying sideways with the swords of meat hanging underneath you. They slice it off and stick it into your mouth through the massage table face hole.
What if it's like the old, like when you go to a play, there's an intermission in the movie where you eat? Because if you have everyone eat at the beginning, the theater's going to smell awful after 2 hours.
Like you.
You know in Cincinnati, where they have the train station where they did the movie theater for IMAX stuff? You know how it was inclined because the screen was projected up in a dome?
Yeah.
Why don't movie theaters do that where you're reclined and you're watching it up so no one has a bad view?
Yeah, everyone has good seats.
Let's just build one.
An Omnimax theater?
No, a better movie theater. Let's design
An regular theater.
with the Brazilian steakhouse or vegan options if you're into that.
No. I mean, we could, but I'm not.
Very not exclusive.
If you're going to eat a person, would you eat a vegan?
I'm not going to eat a person. That was the whole thing. We had a whole episode about this. I'm not going to
Did
do
we?
it. Yes.
Why did we do that?
Because you guys have a weird opinion about it.
They just invented the best marketing scheme ever. Grass-fed beef, big deal. Even more exclusive, vegan beef.
Beef.
No, beef bad.
Beef, no. Vegan.
I don't want vegan. Alright, when we build this ultimate movie theater, you guys are going to see that it's the greatest thing that ever existed. And when there's a Brazilian steakhouse and an unlimited salad bar,
What you really want to do is get some of the kimchi in the broth and sort of mix it with the spices mixing in the broth. That's better.
now you're making a kimchi stew. Kimchi stew is very good. There is a spine stew in Korea. It sounds kind of icky because you're like, oh, spine. This is the most delicious stew you've ever had in your life.
Is it bone broth?
It's basically, yeah, it's basically a spine that's been stewed forever. Like the same they do with good ramen and stuff like that. But it's got kimchi in it, it's got rice cake, you get a ramen in it, you eat the meat off of the spine. It's so good. It's so good.
Of what animal?
Your mom?
You only do it once, because she's only got one
No,
smell.
they take the piece of tail that they removed when you had your Bible. So
So they can have it. So who wins the final episode?
editors, make that pot come closer.
Okay. It's the editor's voice.
Do you think that Elon's gonna go to Mars someday?
Elon and the Zuck are going to go to Mars Base 3 and have an MMA fight in 0.3 Earth
Oh
gravity.
yeah, what happened to the MMA fight?
Someone wanted to stub the toes. Didn't Elon back out?
I'm pretty sure Zuckerberg was ready because he's still training every day.
He was so ready.
To be fair, I wouldn't want an MMA fight anymore either. But I would also never in my entire life offer to do that, knowing how I feel about fighting.
But what if you had never done MMA a day in your life and you were actually quite out of shape? Would you then volunteer to do an MMA fight?
In my life?
Probably anybody's life, really.
Would I right now want to go to MMA? No.
Against Mark Zuckerberg.
No, never. I don't like billionaires. I want to be beat up by one.
Fighting another species like that. Lizard reflexes would just have me completely outmatched.
As much as I have grandiose opinions about the world around me, if I ever get to the point where I think I'm important enough to start, that I need to change the world, like I have to, like I have this commercial, like I'm destined to, if I ever start talking like that, you stop me, right?
We could try.
Yeah, I think I would.
That's good.
So if like you wanted to, let's say, I don't know, buy a movie theater, we should step in and be like, dude.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this. If it wasn't clear, this is definitely the last episode. We're not joking.
I don't care, man. I got food. You guys can say whatever you want.
Well, yeah, who's the final victor?
Those rest delete their channel and all channels.
And all other channels. Yes.
Wade, how evil are you gonna be if you started that?
Pretty evil. Granted, I'm not going to have an arc because there's no more episodes.
It would be really evil if you upended their perfect ending.
I could evilly upend it if you want.
And you circle for your own purposes.
Yeah, I could be distractible.
You cool with that?
I guess.
You gotta be really evil though.
Can part of your evil plot be that I don't have to delete my channel?
I could. That would be thwart Mark's thing right off the bat. So maybe
that would really put a finger in his eye.
I could like hide the remote and stuff. Sure.
Yeah, alright. You would.
Oh, cool. I was gonna do a whole thing if I didn't, but I think we're good now. You know what? Someone should have to delete their channel, but nose goes.
prepared.
You know what's really evil is I coined Bob in on that a long time ago that I was going to be doing a nose ghost bit, so he and I were both prepared.
All right, that's your winner speech. Wow.
Well, it's really sad to see it all come to an end this way, but in a way, it's also really good. We're full circle. Back where we started, eating chicken and dumplings like old times, or like the one old time anyway.
Just wait for the next skit video on Not Mark Jones, who's deleting it, called The Rise of Slender Man.
We're going to smear peanut butter all over somebody's face, and they're going to be the king of the something. We'll work it out later.
Anyway, editors have this blowed all up, so we're done.
Imagine you're in Ottawa strolling through artistic landscapes at the National Gallery of Canada.
Oh.
Then cycling past Parliament Hill. Before unwinding on an outdoor patio.
Oh.
Then spending an evening on a cruise along the historic Rideau Canal. Exploration awaits in Ottawa. From O to Ah. Plan your Ottawa itinerary at ottawatourism.ca.
Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, Minecrafting Mark brings out his broomstick and gets the guys to blast their bolts. Warbling Wade diligently dissects the Diablo dumpster debacle, and then masturbates Bob with a burner. Brave-hearted Bob resurrects Sweeters, encounters a procrastinating plumber, gets cuffed, and pops pills on beer. From borrowing notebooks to filing blanks. Yes, it's time for Shotgun Roulette. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hi, and welcome to Distractible. My name is Markiplier, and I am here in a new location that's not bathtub, so you don't need to worry about anything at all. And also, I'm the host of today's episode. Thank you so much for attending and allowing me to continue my streak of incredible, performant, and indelible episodes. Indelible.
That is a word. I just don't know if that is what you mean.
I'll give a point to anybody that can tell me what indelible means.
Unable to be delled.
Indelible means unerasable.
Oh no!
What?
I'm at an Airbnb. I found there's a notebook on this desk. I'm like, perfect. It's the guest signing notebook. Oh shit! This is gonna be so weird.
Oh fuck! Oh you.
Mark, you're going to have an indelible mark on this Airbnb.
You've made a very indelible mark on that notebook and this.
Oh man. Oh my god. Oh man, I just had to take up 5 whole pages of this bad boy. Oh man.
There goes your Airbnb. I'll have to be your Airbnb rating, man.
Oh my god, that's fucking amazing.
I thought it was cool that when we stayed, it had like a porn company that signed previously. You get to have 5 pages of Distractible in yours.
Yeah, listen, somebody's about to have a whole episode of Distractible in their gut. That's history right there.
Somebody one day is going to stay there that knows our podcast, and they're going to message us and be like, yes, I found it.
I hope so. I really hope so, because otherwise
It's going to create a real boom in the Airbnb industry looking for that logbook.
Yeah, this isn't going well. But anyway, outside of me being at this Airbnb and not messing anything up, nor anyone's ratings, my life is good, but I'm going to hold off on that to hear from my competitors today, my guests, Bob and Wade. Bob, I've heard a lot about you.
It's nice to finally meet you. I'm excited to be on the show. Long-time watcher, first-time guest.
Is it My Skins?
It's actually Milkskin.
Milkskin, yeah, sorry about that. So, Bob, I hear that you're expecting a baby.
I certainly was. And then he came here, and then I'm not really expecting him anymore. He just is around now.
That must be fun.
There's a lot less sleeping than I had heard, but otherwise, yeah, it's pretty fun. Well, you know what, actually? We have 4 other babies, too. There's a bird's nest outside of one of our windows. We have like a stairs from the upstairs to downstairs. There's a window, and there's a tree right there, and there's a nest in it, and there's 4 babies in it, and it's heckin' cute. You could see them. They're all. And the mom comes and brings them food. It's basically their little mouse.
But they're not your babies, right?
They're on his property.
Yeah, in like an ownership type perspective. They're ours. But no, like they're not like my son.
Okay, Well, be that as it may, they're not your children, therefore they don't count, and I won't give you any points. And no one told me what indelible means, so no one got a point for that.
I told you what indelible means.
I wasn't listening.
It means it can't be erased.
The mark that cannot be removed.
I guess I did kind of use it correctly for some reason.
Yeah, kind of, but like just in a, that's not how it's commonly used. But like, I got what you were saying.
I'll give you the point. I'll give you the point. I'll give you the point. Hold on.
You know what inedible means?
Yes.
What's it mean?
You know, it's funny. Edible and inedible actually both mean that it can be lit on fire while it's inside you. Just begrudging chuckles with me points. How does that score?
You're on thin ice, you hilarious man. Wade, your life.
Same as usual, but I will be taking an indefinite leave of absence for the show after recent comments. I realize what a stain I have made, and so I hope you all have a great episode, but this is the start of my indefinite leave. So. I'm just fucking with you. I'm definitely back. Fuck people and fuck everyone. It's me.
Is that your life?
Yeah, pretty boring. I been playing Diablo recently. Diablo 4, remember that game that was not great? It seems like it's getting better as long as it follows the trajectory of Diablo 3 and they start adding, all those great things in Diablo 3 that they for some reason didn't at launch. Still missing some key things, but like it's getting better and I'm having fun with it. So really weird to not take any lessons from your predecessor to me. I feel like that's the wrong move whenever people are like, man, I really love this feature, and you launch a game and you're like, what if we get rid of all of those features? And then add them back slowly if people admit that they liked them more.
Yeah, that's the thing about the game is people were really missing. I mean, you played Diablo 2 much more than I did in the original Diablo, but people were missing a lot of the style of gameplay from that era. And so I can't really speak to it that much because I wasn't a huge fan, but I did like how fast-paced Diablo 3 was, and it just, when I started playing Diablo 4, it did feel incredibly slow. It was just very sluggish, and progress seemed stilted, and it just didn't seem as, and I get the power came later, but even when I started getting more abilities and stuff, it just seemed to be a bit more complicated, so yeah, I can't speak too much to it.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't know how long I'm allowed to rant on this, but Diablo 2 was, you played through the campaign, then you unlock the next difficulty. You play through the campaign on Nightmare, then unlock the next difficulty. You play through the campaign on Hell. And then once you beat it on Hell, which is very difficult because there were people that were just immune to your damage. Like, Diablo 3 and other games have fixed this, or whatever sense, but Diablo 2 is tough, man. If you made a fire sorceress, there were literally enemies immune to fire, and you just could not. Immune to ice, immune to physical. You would just encounter that, either play with somebody else or skip that enemy, move on. The bosses weren't, but enemies could be. There were enemies in Act 4 that had the spell Iron Maiden. You walk up and you melee one of those dudes. If they cast Iron Maiden on you, you damage them, you blow yourself up because your damage is too much for your health pool, and you reflect your damage back, you're dead. You had a hardcore character? Not anymore! You had all your gold? Nope, it's gone, you're dead. Diablo 2 also had this key system where you could go farm the Countess, you could farm, I forget where all the enemies were, but anyway, you get these keys. Key of Terror, Key of Hate, Key of Destruction, and then ultimately, I forget exactly how it worked, you put them the Herodric Cube or whatever, or you did something with them. It unlocks Uber Tristram. You go to Tristram and you fight whatever. You fight Lilith, you fight, I forget who all, you unlock, I think it's Uber Tristram ultimately, where you fight Diablo, Baal, and Mephisto all at once. They're very difficult, they have all these mobs, they're very hard to kill. It was very difficult, really fun, but that was it. That was the end game. The end game was farm for gear, go do the Uber runs, that's it. Get your Hellfire amulet or whatever it was, ring. Maybe it wasn't that, maybe it was a charm you kept. It was a Hellfire torch you kept in your inventory. Diablo 3 launched, and everyone hated it at launch. It got a lot of hate at launch because it had a real money auction house, it had all these other features people were upset about, the gear grinding wasn't as great. Once you, the campaign, the story was fantastic. Once you finished it, it's kind of I want to do that again. But they added seasons, they added all kinds of different goblins, they added rifts, they added just a whole bunch of features that made it really fun. And by the end of Diablo 3, I think it was a better game than Diablo 2 was, but no one admitted it because it was just so bad at launch. Diablo 4, instead of learning about what Diablo 3 had done at the end, they were like, we don't need any of that! Let's make Diablo 3 launch again, but with seasons, but no end game. What do you do? There are 5 dungeons. And what do you do once you hit level 50? Well, from 50 to 100, you run those 5 dungeons, and you're gonna love it. And then the next season rolls around, you know what you want to do? You want to go around and reveal the map again, and you want to click on every statue, all 500 of them, again, that you did in Season 1. And then once you're done with that, you're going to get your 5 skill points and your 20 Paragon points, and you're going to love it. What about the end game? There are 5 dungeons.
why are you playing this game again?
So, well, okay, they've taken feedback and they've added stuff. So season 2, I think it was, they added like Duriel and some other bosses that you can farm that get these like uber uniques that otherwise have like a 1 in 10 million drop chance. They added ways to farm that. Season 3, I actually don't even know what they added in season 3 because season 2 still didn't quite captivate me. Season 4, they did a loot rebalance. So now they've made where Hell Tides are more farmable and fun to run. I've not gone to any game to see how the dungeon farming and boss farming is, but they're slowly incorporating community feedback and being like, okay, in a couple seasons we'll add that, we'll fix this, we'll do this. They're listening. It's just a slow implementation. Ultimately, I think they're going to get to the point where it's similar. Like right now, they've got something called the Pit and the Horn of something. I've not even tried it yet. I've not gotten that yet. They're getting to the point now where they're adding a lot of the features that people liked and wanted from the other games. But I just don't understand why at launch they didn't learn any of the lessons and they were just like, nah, this is great as it is, when there was no in-game. It just frustrates me to no end because Diablo is one of those games, like you said, I've been playing since the 90s. Diablo 1 on PlayStation, Diablo 2 on PC, 3 on PC, whatever. Like, it's just been one of the games of franchises I've loved for so many years, and to see it come out in just a horrible state, lose its player base, and then by the time it gets good, everyone's gone and no one's thinking of a chance again. It just infuriates me to no end because the potential is there and they have a great concept. They just can't seem to get it right at launch when it seems to me so obvious what they need to implement. I just don't get it.
Blizzard has not been doing well lately. And it's a shame because Blizzard used to be like a standard of quality, legitimate quality for their stuff, and they cared about it.
Sorry to go on that big tirade, it's just some of that means something.
No, it's fair, it's fair. That would be a tirade point.
I've been playing it again. So far this season has been fun. I will keep it updated, but it's a game that I want to love. I want to give it a chance. But like, how many chances can I give it?
Alright, Bob, I'm going to give you another chance for small talk, just because there wasn't much.
Our water heater broke, and there's maybe a guy on the way here right now, who knows, to maybe look at it and tell me it's going to cost an arm and a leg to replace it. Who knows? If I get up and leave mid-episode, it's probably related to that, or I had to poof.
I'm so sorry, Bob. You were voted to replace me, and now you've got the water demon.
I still haven't been able to find that poll, and I just decided to close the subreddit and stop looking at it. So I'm just going to take Mark at his word on that one.
I swear, it existed. I saw it. I voted in it.
That's weird. It was created by Marketplace.
It was created by Mark, and then frozen by Mark, and there was one vote, and it was Mark. He voted for me.
Did I screenshot it? I probably didn't screenshot it. It was like very early. Two pictures of Chica, though. You want to see those? She's like freak. She loved it. She hates going to the pool or stuff, but she loves the creek. She loves the creek.
Dead creek. Creek dead. You want to see a kind of a more sad puppy picture?
What? No. No, why?
Creek. So Jesse, our friend Jesse, I was playing Diablo with him, but we just had Memorial Day recently, and people were launching off fireworks, and his dog hates fireworks. So he sent me this picture of his dog hiding from the fireworks under his desk.
Oh,
he's very cute.
Stressed out doggy.
That's an adorable puppy. Oh my god, that's adorable.
She is a very adorable puppy, but she does not like fireworks.
Those listeners are missing out. Bob, what were you saying?
Dude, that's how he reacts to my small talk. Bob, I'm so sorry, you are me.
Yeah, I really am the new Blitz, aren't I? You know, I was out back the other day, and my house, for no reason, my house smelled like Cool Ranch Doritos. And I was like, whoa, what happened? And then I called and I asked a guy, and he was like, oh, your air conditioner's gonna explode. We better replace it.
How's your radon?
I did tons of radon. The radon coming out my ears. And every time the radon fan turns on to make more radon, it's all radon! So fucking annoying. God, it's driving me insane. Every 3.5 minutes that happens. I got a fireplace that won't turn off. It's just a constant fire. It won't go away. I put water on it. I ejected it into a vacuum. Nothing.
I'm going to start documenting with photos and videos everything we go through so you guys don't think I'm just making shit up.
Me too. Me too. This is all real stuff. It's happening right now.
Cool Ranch Doritos, that is a reference from like 2014, like a charity stream like 2012, 2014, somewhere in that range, right? What did Cool Ranch Doritos keep away?
It kept away the werecats.
Werecats.
I was king of the werecats. I told a scary story about going out into the Catskills, which everyone thought I said Catskills, Catskill Mountains, and somehow I became king of the werecats in my piss-covered pea coat. It's a pea coat made of pea, not a pea coat made of wool. And Cool Ranch Doritos are what you put out on the windowsills to keep the werecats at bay.
That's such a strange. That's crazy.
That's weird because this overlaps for me. That overlaps with like I can't remember people's names and personal stuff, but I do remember like quotes from TV shows. And for me, that whole episode is like almost like a piece of media. But I also lived and experienced it. But I remember very vividly that one. I think was at your mom's table still in your mom's house, and but we had our own mics on that setup. We weren't using the Blue Yeti in the middle. And I remember I was on the end of the table pointed towards the kitchen. I have like a really vivid memory of that day and that whole thing that happened many, many years ago.
Was that the one where we played the Minecraft mod where we got to go to the moon?
Probably, yeah.
The Minecraft mod where I accidentally wired up a permanent explosion because I wired two solar panels together and they were powered by the sun and they would just make an explosion whenever the sun was out.
I always miss that. I miss those Hackett and Technic mods of Minecraft. Those were the days.
Yeah, they still exist. They might be updated for all I know. I don't know.
Probably. Minecraft is still popular somehow.
Also, my hamster was dead, but now he's alive.
Here's my hamster.
His name is Schmieders. What are you so disappointed about, Wade? You seem so bothered. I'm just telling my personal stories.
I'm just sad your hamster came back, man. I've been trying to kill that thing for years.
All right, well, here's your chance. Good segue, Wade. We hit the really dramatic, ominous music. We're going to play a game. And by we, I mean you guys are going to play a game. Editor, put in the sound of me slapping down a shotgun on the table.
I just had to slappy thighs. I thought it was just going to be that.
Why is your shotgun so wet and slimy?
Where'd you keep that? Why is there a shotgun, Mark?
There's a shotgun because you guys are going to play a fun game called Shotgun Roulette.
Okay, against
Each other. You two are going to play against each other.
Is this like the video game that Mark's making a movie of?
Yes, absolutely. 100% correct.
starring Ryan Reynolds and The Rock.
I was expecting a text saying, Wade, you ruined it. Stop. Delete this post immediately.
Mark stares at the camera in a panic. What?
Here's how it works. I have put shotgun shells into that shotgun in an order that you don't know. It's not random to me because I put it there. There are 3 live rounds and there are 3 blank rounds in this shotgun. For the first round, it will always be 3 live and 3 blanks, but they will be in a different order that you don't know. So here's how it works. You two are facing against each other. You each will take turns with the shotgun. You can choose to point it at either your opponent or yourself. And here's the thing. If you point it at yourself and it doesn't go off, you get another turn. But if you point it at yourself and it goes off, you lose a lightning bolt. I'm not gonna say that your head explodes or anything like that into a fine pink mist.
What if I'm real fast and I aim it, but then I'm like, right as I pull the trigger?
No, that's cheating. You might as well have been aiming at the wall.
I'm improv. Come on, yes and me.
I will. Who wants to go first?
Wade does.
Me.
Yeah, all right, Wade, you go first.
Alright, I've got a shotgun in my hands. There are 6 shells, 3 are live, 3 are blank. I don't know the order. Is this like the game where there's other stuff on the table, or is it just the shotgun?
Yeah, do we have like items or something that we can use? How?
Not yet.
Okay, just the shotgun. 50-50 chance.
How many lightning bolts do we start with?
You start with 3.
I'm going to aim it at Mark. Who am I playing against?
I am the first one at Mark. Episode over.
It would be an interesting 3-way shotgun roulette. That is a fascinating thing. Maybe.
You want to hop in? Do we got an extra chair?
No. It's just like us playing Hand Simulator with the revolver.
We have to play that again. That was so fun. I know it was like not pleasant fun, but it was so fucking funny.
I was having a good time.
Even in the moments where you're like, I did it! You never did it. You never actually did what you meant to do. It was so funny.
Didn't we defuse the bomb once?
We did defuse the bomb.
But wasn't it an accident? Didn't we do it and then someone was like, did you cut the red wire? And they're like, no, I cut the blue wire. And I'm like, oh, okay. Good.
Probably, but I've tried that with multiple different groups. I've tried that stupid bomb thing. We never get past like the first little thing. So the fact that we actually accomplished that once is one of the bigger gaming accomplishments of my career.
Congratulations, man. I'm really proud of you. Now who are you going to shoot?
I'm going to shoot Bob.
All right. You aim. Wait, sorry.
That's the wrong sound.
Oh, no.
What kind of shotgun is this?
I
I was trying to get a soundboard because I was like, oh, I don't have a way to play it on the computer, so I have to do it through my phone, like the animal noises. And all I could get was like this meme soundboard with like just a bunch of fucking memes. Anyway, take that, Bob. A nice jazzy tune. What do? You pointing at Bob? I shoot Bob.
Was that a fart?
I had a burrito before this, Bob. I'm sorry. The closest thing I can get to a shotgun sound. It's the Rock Eyebrow Raise 3. That's the sound.
Damn.
Oh, is he hit? What happened? Yes, he's hit. Oh, okay.
That seemed bad. Yeah, that didn't seem like a good sound.
Do I give it to him?
Give him the shotgun, yeah.
I don't want to, man. What if he shoots me?
He might. That's a shotgun racking.
Okay, it's racked. Okay, so now there's 2 live, 3 dummy rounds.
Yes.
I aim it at Mark.
No.
Don't aim it at the dummy. There just might be dummy rounds.
Now, here's the thing I'm going to say. What's important about this game is memory, understanding what has been, what will be. You can just play it by random if you really want to. But once the items get in, then you really need to start paying attention because...
Yeah, well, it is just chance right now. I remember right now, but there's nothing I can do to learn any more information, right? Do I have anything at my disposal?
Not yet.
So it's 2 against 3 odds of getting shot. I made it myself.
Yourself?
Yeah.
Then what do you do?
But tell it sweet things, whisper in its ear, and see what happens. Oh, come on! God damn it!
Oh, too bad, Bob. That was a big old kaboom. That was a kablamo.
Mark, are you able to lie? Are you mistruthing us right now?
I will show you after we do it. I already have written out the order for this entire round's worth of thing. I have 6 loads that I've already written out.
Nice.
He said loads.
All right. That's a shotgun reloading.
Oh, damn it, the spider's in there. Let's clear that out.
Wait, you're up.
I think the plastic trigger broke off on the shotgun. Hang on.
Look, it's not a good shotgun, guys. Just I'm not. Anyway.
Clearly, we just I shot Bob twice, I guess, and he's still standing. So, well, he shot Bob once. I shot Bob once.
He shot Bob. He sure did.
6 rounds. We fired 2 of the live. There's 3 blanks, 1 live.
And you don't have to say that out loud. Yeah, you don't have to say that part out loud if you want the other to maybe forget about it. But just it's up to you.
I wonder what he's going to do.
I mean, statistically, I should aim it at myself, but like, I just kind of want to keep shooting you until it hits.
Please do. Please, I would love for that to happen.
Okay, I'll aim it at Bob. You know what? Forget the odds. I'm just gonna keep shooting Bob. I don't want to get hit.
This is some coin flip bullshit if this is a live round right now.
I shoot Bob.
Mark's making a face that's making me not feel good about what's about to happen.
Nothing! It was empty! It was nothing! Congratulations.
Alright, hey, you know what? You have a 1 out of 3 chance of hitting me.
You sure do, Bob.
I mean, there's a 90% chance of hitting just shoot Mark, dude.
I mean, it's not funny if I shoot Wade. I have to aim it at myself.
I like this. Bob's only gonna shoot him, and I'm only gonna shoot him all day.
You basically have nothing to fear. Hey!
Hey! I forgot to rack it, sorry.
I did it in my imagination.
Yeah, it was. All right. Well done. No hits there. Bob, you get to go again.
I know. The numbers would say that I should change my answer and aim it at Wade. But numbers be damned, I'm going to aim it at myself. I'm either going to win this in amazing fashion or go out in a blaze of shotgun blasts to my face.
That's such a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off. It did pay off!
Alright, now you've got a 50-50 chance.
Alright, now I know what the numbers are saying, that I should probably aim it at Wade, but I have a feeling, I just have a strong inkling. No, yeah, probably I'll aim this last one at Wade, see what happens.
I hold up a mirror, and I say, no, you.
He pulls out an Uno reverse card and lays out, and I go, well, aim it at myself.
Okay, so for when the items come in, I'll put in an Uno reverse card if you guys would like one in there.
Sure.
Yes, 100% yes.
Alright, okay, alright, here we go.
Ow!
Oh, Wade, you got blasted.
Well, now I've got a gun with no bullets.
Yeah, absolutely. That gun no longer has any bullets in it. Let's fix that. But before we do, I think it's time for you guys to get some items.
I thought you were going to say it was time for an ad break, and I was like, do we do that now?
Yeah, I was getting ready for the sponsor read.
Hey, before that, let's hear from our sponsors. And we're back with the Wheel of Items! Do you guys want me to put the Uno reverse card in here?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
No one likes the inverter, so we can put the Uno reverse.
What's the inverter?
Yeah, what's the inverter do? I remember some of these. I don't.
It changes what's in the chamber right then and there.
Oh, that's rough. It's interesting, but it's kind of a gambly thing.
Okay, so just to go over what I know, I think pills heals you 1. Beer, for some reason, gets rid of the current shell. You, like, rack that shell
Rack
out.
the shotgun, yeah.
Handcuffs means you get, whoever has the shotgun gets 2 shots. The person doesn't get to, like, no matter what happens, they're still stuck. Saw, you deal double damage if you hit.
Yeah, you saw off the barrel of the shotgun, right?
Magnifying glass, you get to see what's in the chamber.
Yes.
Okay, and you can combine these and do multiple in, like, 1 round, right?
Yes. You can do all of the items in a single round if you want, or you can save them until you get what you need.
Uno reverse, I'm guessing, is like, the way we're going to implement that is if Bob's like, I'm going to aim at Wade and pull the trigger, I'd be like, Uno reverse. Or Bob's like, I'm going to aim it myself, and I'm like, Uno reverse.
I think it's an instant. It's like in Magic or a card game. It's an instant where
Yeah, that's the only counter card we're going to have in here, but it is risk reward, because if it is 50-50, then do you play it or don't you play it? It is interesting. Or if you have a better idea, or if you did a magnifying glass and you know what's in there, like you could work with that. So
Okay, I think I know them all except for Burner Front of Magnifying Glass then.
we're going to start this. You guys are going to get 2 items for this next round, and then the round after that you get 3, and the round after that you get 4. I will allow you to bank items if you don't use them in a single round. Most likely you will, but I'll allow you to bank them. You can have up to 8 in the game. Like, I don't think we'll get to 8, but I'll allow it if
I'm
you
not
have
using a single item. Screw it. I want to keep those things. That's about valuable.
All right, Wade, you went first. You're going to spin first, so you get...
Is it spinning?
It's spinning very slightly. There it is.
Pills, okay.
All right, Bob, you're up next.
What happens if I run out of lightning bolts? Is it over, or do I just...
So it's 3 rounds. So that lightning bolt ends the round, and then, you know...
I would win the first round, then we go to round 2.
Uno reverse!
You got the Uno reverse!
That's a powerful one.
That's a good... I like that one. That's funny.
So we're doing basically a best of 3. That's how it is in the game. All right, wait. There's your second item. And you get the burner phone. Okay, so this one's an interesting one. The burner phone in the game, when you call, it'll tell you a random... Any of the shotgun shells that are left, if it's not the first round, it'll tell you if it's a blank or not. So if you call... I will message you. I will type out, say, you know, the last shotgun shell is a blank or it's live.
Okay, I don't get to decide. You just tell me a random fact about one shell.
Get some information. That's interesting.
Yeah, you will know which one, like, for certain. And let me tell you, in the game, with this item, is super powerful. Like, incredibly valuable knowing, like, okay, it's coming up. And also, I know that there's a blank at the end or there's a live at the end, so that means it's more likely that there's blanks at the front. It really weighs it.
So it's like a, I don't know, it's kind of like magnifying glass, but you don't know which one you're getting. Okay.
It's kind of like a phone where it's not your main phone, it's an extra one, and you get rid of it once you use it.
Right, yes, that's true. Bob, you get a second Uno reverse.
Oh, you better fucking watch out.
Oh, you can stack them. You can Uno reverse, Uno reverse.
If I ever learn any valuable information, God forbid.
And here's the thing, Bob, you have 1 lightning bolt left. Wade, you have 2. If it goes down to no lightning bolts, that round ends, the shotgun gets reset, but you keep your items. I'll let you keep your item crossed.
Only Uno reverses, please. Give me 8 Uno reverses, sir.
All right, so to recap, Bob, you have 2 Uno reverses, Wade, you have pills, and a burner phone. All right, Bob, you are up.
I aim it at myself. It's never, the odds are never going to be better than they are now. I aim it at myself, pull the trigger. Ha!
Well done.
There's still 2 blanks in there.
Wait, hold on. That sound is literally bone crack. It's as close as I can get to cracking the shotgun.
It sounds reasonably close to like a slide of the... Yeah, sure. Now the numbers would say I should aim it at Wade.
I don't know what I would do if I were you.
But I think we all know what I have to do. And I aim it at myself and pull the trigger.
I was really hoping you'd say that, and then you'd hold up one of your Uno reverses on yourself.
Hilariously, Bob just ended. He is much like the actual NPC in the game, where he just took his last
lightning bolt and blasted it away.
Look, I had a plan, and it hadn't let me down thus far. I wanted to see if it was going to see me all. Now I can change plans.
That's good. That's good, man. Round 1 ended a lot sooner than I thought it would. That is something else.
Don't worry, we're gonna have so many items and stuff. We'll stretch it out.
Right. Yes. So we do pick new items. So you guys get more items, even though you've used none.
That's what I was basically excited for.
Yeah. So now basically everything is reset. I gotta draw more shotgun shells, and I gotta get my goddamn coin. Bob, you get the first item, and you're gonna get 3 this time. So you get 3 more items.
Uno reverse. Uno reverse.
I have no idea what it's leading toward.
Okay, it's pills.
All right, Bob, you got pills. All right, Wade, you're up next. Uno reverse. Uno reverse. Saw. All right, Wade. Okay, Bob.
Uno reverse. Uno reverse. Uno reverse. Well, that doesn't look like Uno reverse. That was like handcuffs.
That's handcuffs. That's still pretty good. That's pretty good.
I feel like that's one of the top tier items to me.
I feel like Uno reverse is if I saw the shotgun, you're just gonna be like, nah. All right, you got mag glass. That's good. Bob. Wait, I got mag glass? Yeah, you got mag. I can remind you of what your items are. And a beer for Bob.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then you got 2 Unos from last round.
Okay, so I've got pills, burner, saw, mag glass, beer.
Yeah, let me reiterate. Bob, you have pills, handcuff, beer, Uno. Wade, you have saw, magnifying glass, beer, pills, burner phone.
But do you get it first this time?
Yes, you get it first.
But obviously, I'm gonna aim it at Wade.
Changing up the strategy.
No, I can't. I've been aiming at myself. That didn't pan out, so I have to aim it at Wade.
Wade.
Can I hold up one of his Uno reverses?
No.
I smile.
Right in your stupid teeth. What are the odds?
Wait, how much health did we have this time?
You have 3. Still have 3.
Wait, you have 2 now.
Yeah, Wade, you have 2.
Can I have 3 again?
Depends on what you do.
That's nice.
So it's his turn, even though because I didn't aim it at myself, it's his, even though he
Yes, it's his
Okay,
turn, yes.
yes. Well, make your move, pony boy.
I do have items, but I'm busy with those. So I'm going to aim it at Bob. I'm going to pull the trigger.
I'm going to hold up my hands in fear and do nothing. Oh, come on. God damn.
Whoa.
That's my replacement.
All right, Bob, you have the shotgun now.
I'm going to take my pills and heal back up to 3 lightning bolts.
I'm bleeding over here and I'm fine. And you got, wait. Not a signal. That's you.
That's the sound of me healing.
What's that one mean?
There you go. You took pills and now that's what you're hearing.
I done got healed.
Yep, you now have 3 health.
The numbers were telling me I should aim it at myself. And so I will. I aim it at myself and I pull the trigger without thinking. Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Man, this one, I was like, this first round, there's no fucking way. Because I just kept chucking up a coin and it kept going heads. It's just like, and so it looks completely unbelievable, but it's true. Like, I swear to God, let me not reveal anymore. It was just, that's what it was. Like, it was just, I couldn't fathom how that happened, but...
You know what? Coins always get me. I should have kept in mind that you were flipping a coin. I should have Uno reversed my own self. Whatever I thought, that was wrong, because the coins knew what I would think, and they knew how to get me, and they did.
That they did. They sure did. Anyway,
do we have to keep shooting the blanks?
No, we start over once the live rounds are all gone, right? Or not start over, but you get another, you put more shells in.
Okay, so we're both at 2 health. You used your pills.
Yes, man, thank God for that.
You should have kept your strategy of only aiming it at me.
While Wade thinks about his next move, I steal his pills and take those too.
No, you get more items. Here, I'm gonna give you some more.
Oh shit, alright.
Alright, Wade, you get the first item. You're gonna be up to 8, so you won't have any more after this. That looks like a beer. Bob, you've got... Ooh, handcuffs.
You're just gonna keep me cuffed all day, man.
You cannot use them sequentially. You have to have a turn in between use. Even in the game, I've tried that. It doesn't allow you to do it. That's another beer.
Dude, I'm just gonna get drunk.
We're just over getting trashed. Alright, what are we doing? Shotguns? Alright. Far out, man.
Bob, you get a saw.
I could really use some more pills to refill the pills I already wasted.
Ooh, is this adrenaline?
What does that do?
Wade, you know how you were asking if you could steal any of his? This is how you do it. You use this item, then you get to use any item of Bob's, but you have to use it immediately. So you use that to use one of his.
Jesus. You just get so amped up that you just grab something and do it?
Pretty much. And in the game, it's all rusty and terrible. That's another beer. Yeah, beer for Bob.
We can share a beer together.
Yes, you can share all the beers. So, I'm loading the next round. Here, listen for the loading.
God, it sounds so realistic.
5. I counted 5.
Yeah, was that 5?
That's how many live rounds are in this one.
So it's 5 and 3 dummies? How many total?
Yeah, 5 live, 3 dead.
Oh, I think Wade should go first.
I'm gonna start using some items here. Can I?
Yeah, you got 8, man.
Over here hoarding items and winning.
Okay, question here. So how does Uno reverse work if I use items? Can Bob stop me from using items?
It's for the trigger pull, right?
Mhm,
As
yeah.
the gun is about to go off, you can Uno reverse it and switch.
Universe, and it flips around.
Okay, so even if I I don't think I have handcuffs, but even if I were to handcuff Bob or something, and then I'm going to pull the trigger, he can Uno reverse and make me shoot me instead of him with that pull.
If he's handcuffed, I don't think he can do anything. But you don't even have handcuffs, so why are you asking?
Well, I'm just theorizing for the future how the Uno reverse might affect my.
Just theory crafting this very important game Mark is managing with a sheet of paper.
Look, man, I've got 8 items here to work with. You've got Uno reverse. I'm just trying to think it through. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to adrenaline rush and steal his handcuffs.
All right, so you just handcuffed Bob. So Bob, you lose your next turn. So it'll go back to Wade no matter what.
And you lose 1 handcuff.
Yes, Andy. Okay, you lose adrenaline. He loses handcuffs. You just used it. Bob, you're handcuffed.
I'm going to saw. I probably should have used a different item first. I guess I'm going to shoot Bob.
All right.
Damn it.
Sorry about that, my friend. That didn't work, but he's still handcuffed, so you get another turn. But the end of the...
Well, technically the handcuffs come off once it's Wade's turn again, right?
Yes.
So it's Wade pretends to hand the gun to me and then takes it back, and I'm all ka-chink, and I got free hands again. So theoretically, I could Uno reverse.
Yeah, now you don't have handcuffs. So, yeah, it's his turn again. You don't have handcuffs.
Well, he's got 1 pair. He had 2.
Yes.
Mark, you're the one with this on paper in front of you.
Wait, are you using an item right now?
I used the saw and I used my adrenaline.
Okay, that's good.
So now it's the gun's in my hands. I'm gonna, you know what, dude? I need a drink. I'm gonna drink a beer.
How is Mark the most confused?
I don't know, but I'm gonna drink a beer. Bob, you wanna drink a beer with me?
Yeah, cheers, but not really.
You drink a beer, that's 1 beer down. It goes a live round pops out.
All right, so we're down to 4 and 2, yeah?
Maybe.
I was more asking Wade, honestly. You seem really lost in the sauce.
Thankfully, I'm writing things down. I'm so glad I'm reading them.
I'm going to aim it at Bob and pull the trigger.
Uno reverse.
I'm gonna aim it at myself and pull the trigger.
He sure is.
No!
Wade just got blasted in the face.
Does that mean it's his turn again, or does that mean it's my turn because he still chose to shoot me?
If he chooses himself and it shoots him, he loses that extra chance. If it's a blank when he uses it, so that's the only time you get it.
Oh, nifty. It's my turn either way.
Yeah, so I've got 1 lightning bolt left.
Yes, Wade, you have 1 lightning bolt left.
I've got 5 items, 1 lightning bolt. You've got 5 items, 2 lightning bolt.
I'm going to start my turn very responsibly by drinking a beer.
All right, you drink a beer. Live round pops out.
I use my other handcuffs on Wade.
Are you sure you don't use them on yourself? I will allow it.
God, you almost got me. Oh, wait, what does he want me to do? Hang on.
All right, he's handcuffed.
I am at Wade, not fire. Oh, no. It's my turn again.
It's your turn again, Bob. Handcuffs are off, Wade. If you had any Uno reverses, you could use them, but you don't.
Hey, Wade, what do you want to barter for my Uno reverse card?
1 beer.
You know what? I just had one. I'm good. I think I'm just going to aim at Wade and fire.
Bam. Well executed.
You know that would have been a lot funnier if it was a blank.
If it had been a blanket, that would have been very funny and a little bit confusing because of how numbers work.
So that's, now we have 1 win for Bob. No, yes, 1 win for Bob, 1 win for Wade. I think we'll just have to call this next one. This will be the end, the old decider.
I've got 5 items and Bob has 3, is that right?
And you're about to get some more.
Fuck.
It's gonna get weird up in here. You guys go to 4 lightning bolts. So, Bob, you're getting the first item.
Hell yeah. Give me a good one.
Oops, it's another saw. So you get a saw. You now have 2 saws.
If I saw it twice, does that mean it does 3 damage or 4 damage? Is that how that?
No.
It means you have a broken shotgun.
I cut it into little bits and throw it at Wade.
It's a saw for Wade.
Man, there's a lot of damage coming in here.
Saw! I mean, look, man, you're seeing it.
I guess I'm using saws every turn for the rest of the game.
Well, be careful. The amount of damage you will.
Nah, it's fine. It'll be fine.
All right, looks like we got some handcuffs. This is the last item for you, Bob.
Adrenaline.
You'll have to sell for pills.
Alright. And you can't heal past 4 still, right?
No, you cannot heal past 4. And a magnifying glass.
Oh, shoot. Man, Wade got a bunch of good stuff.
You got good stuff.
How many did you just give him? Did you give him 3 or 4?
I'm up to 8 items.
Yeah, he's up to 8. You got 3 extra. He got 3 extra.
You're at 6, I'm at 8 right now.
So what you have, Bob, you have a saw. You have 3 saws.
Oh, good.
You have pills, an Uno reverse, and a beer. So you have 6 items right now. Wade, you have a saw, handcuff, 2 magnifying glasses, pills, a burner phone, and 2 beers. That's 8 items. You cannot have any more items.
And Bob, I think it's the shotgun first.
Yes, it is his turn with the shotgun first. Listen for the load.
That's 4 bullets.
Bob, what shall you do?
Start this with let's burn this mother down. I use a saw.
Oh my God, he's gonna aim it at himself. What a powerful.
I use a saw and I shoot it at Wade.
Wait, I want to drink a beer.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, that's 2 health down for Wade there.
I knew that would happen.
Alright, Wade.
I'm gonna take my pills. I'm gonna take Bob's pills.
Can't do that.
You can't have it.
Oh man, let's go crazy. Can I use the burner phone?
Sure can.
Only I get to know the answer to this, right?
Yeah, don't tell me what he tells you. I'm not supposed to know this, I guess. I use a phone tap and listen in on your conversation.
Damn it, you have that?
It's my secret personal ability.
Okay, let me make sure I'm sending that to Wade.
Feel free to misunderstand whatever Mark just said.
Alright, Wade. How you feeling?
I'm going to drink a beer.
Alright, you drink a beer. Well, it's one of your 2 last beers down. Blank shell pops out.
A magnifying glass.
Alright, you're magnifying. Message you again.
Get rid of all these bad boys.
What secrets is this for?
I'm gonna aim it at myself.
You do it yourself.
No, he doesn't. Ooh.
Wait, it would have been really funny if that did anything else with there.
Oh.
I'm a handcuff, Bob.
Okay, he's handcuffed.
I'm gonna pull from I'm a saw.
He's got the saw. Alright, he's going for it.
I'm gonna shoot Bob.
I duck. Does that help?
Amazingly, he's handcuffed to the table, so he can't move very far.
Not just my hands are handcuffed. I move a lot with my arms tied down.
Bob, you got blasted for 2 points. Your handcuffs break, but it's now Wade's turn again.
I'm gonna use the magnifying glass.
How many of those motherfuckers did you have?
That's his last one.
Damn, I thought you only had 1. I should have been writing this down.
I think I'm gonna aim it at myself.
Wait a minute. No, go ahead and blast yourself in the face with me.
That was an attempt to get you to Uno reverse.
I guessed as much.
Fuck. Alright, so that Uno is gone. That was a... Oh, no, it's not gone. Wait, no.
It's not gone. I didn't do nothing.
He didn't do nothing.
Dude, I'm down to a beer.
You're down to a beer and 2 lightning bolts.
And Bob's down to 2 lightning bolts too.
And what items do I currently have?
You saw, pills, Uno, saw, and beer.
I am going to take my pills.
You got another lightning bolt. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Okay. I am going to chug a beer.
You chug a beer, you rack the gun, blank pops out.
I am going to saw the gun.
Aim it yourself. Aim it yourself. I don't like this 50-50, Bob.
And then I'm going to go ahead and aim that at, I'm going to aim it at Wade.
Oh, come on, man.
Alright, you're aiming at a Wade.
Oh!
Uno reverse.
Yeah, wait, that was quite. I think you realized what corner you backed yourself into by magnifying and seeing what it was, because it's cursed knowledge, right? Because you had that Uno reverse.
Yeah, the Uno reverse, really, that was the most fucky item, because it's like, any knowledge I have, if I play on that knowledge, I know Bob can just be like, nope.
You would have 5D chessed the shit out of me if you magnifying glassed and then immediately aimed it at me without hesitation. I would have had no idea.
There is something said for speed, I suppose, that is true. But with that, Bob, you have won the tiebreaker third round.
Hell yeah.
Everyone rejoiced when Wade was dead. Goodbye.
We barely kept victory out of Wade's hands.
Yes, we did it by the sheer skin of, and I gave him like every information. He had a lot of really good information, that one.
Yeah, a ton of info.
He used all of his, I mean, he played it really smart, because he did the blank, and then the other blank he knew about, tried to shoot himself, saw you. If he just didn't have that cursed knowledge of that next shell, I feel like he might have had that. But alas, such is the way of things.
That was fun, though. I mean, I hate you guys, and our friendship is actually over, and this is all a facade. We're doing this for money. We don't like each other. Fuck you guys.
And I ruined this Airbnb's notebook.
Did you continue to do the episode into that notebook?
I sure did. Yep.
Tim and Margaret were here, and also a bunch of shotgun shells.
No, at the end of it, just put like, Amy, Chica, and Henry.
Sign your work.
Yeah, probably. All right. Anyway, so Bob, you got points for indelible, wet, and cat skills. Wade, you got tirade points, but in the end, Bob, you won the overall round, so you win the game.
That was fun.
Yeah, you like that?
If I hadn't started that last round with an instant 2-shot to your face, I think it might have gone very differently for you, which basically means I won by sheer luck. But that's how I like to win.
Well, Wade did shoot himself in the face trying to trick you, so it was a high risk, low reward play, and he played it.
I figured either way at that point, it was like, well, if I aim it at him, he's gonna reverse it. If I aim it at me, he might reverse it, he might not. But I figured if I aimed it at him, no matter what, he would be like, no. I was kind of like, once I knew that it was handcuffs, it's like, no matter what I played, it was gonna be a gamble, but at least if I aimed it at myself.
You technically had a beer left, Wade. You could have choked it.
Once I aimed it at myself, I didn't think I could rack it after I said that.
But that's true. Let's go loser beach first. Wade.
You two in the subreddit have won. You guys have kept me out of the winner's circle thus far, but my time is coming, and when it does, according to one angry person in the subreddit whose comment I did see, I will host another one of those just small talk episodes just to spite them, so it's coming, surprise. Nothing but small talk, and I'll be very angry and whiny and complaining during it.
Sounds right.
I will somehow be upset about losing the episode I host.
That would be impressive.
That would be really quite a combo.
I've decided that's the only way forward for me.
All right, good speech, Bob. How do you feel?
That was fun. That's a fun game. So that is a game that exists. Is there a version of that where you can play against other humans, or is it always against the AI?
I don't know. Maybe they're working on that.
That is a very fun, like 1v1. You have to be on video chat, right? You can't like play 1v1 anonymously because then it doesn't matter. But like looking at Wade and talking shit and seeing the info and stuff, it was very fun, and I could see that a lot of funny scenarios coming up in that. It was very good. That's a good game.
I like the Uno Reverse Edition. That is fun, especially just for multiplayer.
Especially when only Bob gets 2 of them, and I'm the whole time like sweating like, dude, any decision I make with knowledge, these magnifying glasses are useless.
Dude, you got a lot of good shit.
You had a burner phone, you had magnifying glass, you had so much information.
The burner was helpful because you didn't know, but the magnifying glass, I know the next round. So like that knowledge, when you have an Uno Reverse, I feel it kind of cancels out. That's why I had to like try to mind play. It's an interesting item.
Better than the stupid inverter. Who cares about that? That's dumb. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching and or listening. Please don't sue me, the creator of Buckshot Roulette. This is a game available on Steam, and if there is a multiplayer mode, hey, that's great. If there's not, there should be, because apparently it's pretty fun. And if you add in the Uno Reverse, hey, pay me money.
Good luck when you get sued by Uno.
Uno's also gonna be like, hey, pay us money.
All right, no one pay anybody any money. Except pay us money for merch at distractiblestore.com. Check it out. Go there. Check out the merch. Eventually, we'll have a constitution, a pocket constitution for you to keep in your breast.
And then we'll all burn our constitutions and go back to the way things were before we changed.
We'll see you on the boat. All right, thank you. Check out Bob and Wade, wherever they are.
I was gonna make like a Godfather reference to the boat. Not Frodo, what's his name?
Broke my heart, Frodo.
You know when Frodo gets put down on the boat?
All you Bagginses are all the same.
You broke my heart, Frodo.
Okay, podcast out.
Imagine a world where renting an apartment gave you the key to charge up in your very own pool and gym. And team up in our in-house co-working space. Starring Next Level Studio, 1, 2 and 3 beds, and you. Main character renting, out now at Coppermaker Square, Stratford. Start your adventure at coppermakersquare.com. Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This episode, Waxel Wade says no to ninjadom and makes macabre mistakes to be defended. Moustache-twirling Bach is allergic to marketing money and answers like the truly imperfect parent. Bungling Bob gets booed giving a phone case forum, kills a kid due to a shoot and is Gordon in disguise. From Fortnite frolics to bald pride. Yes, it's time for There Is No Excuse. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Distractible. I'm today's host, Wade, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mark and Bob. Hey guys.
Howdy.
Hello.
If you've never been here before, this is a show where the three of us kind of rotate who hosts. Whoever hosts makes the other two compete for points. The winner, whoever has usually the most points at the end is the winner, gets to host the next episode. We talk about whatever we want, but we normally start off with small talk.
We don't just rotate the hosts, okay? You have to earn it. It's a hard-fought, meaningful battle. Every episode, the outcome is unknown until the very last moment, okay? Don't give the people the wrong idea.
I'm glad you feel that strongly about me hosting today, Bob. I appreciate that.
There's been precedence for extraordinary streaks of bad luck based on coin flips. That era was a fascinating era of our history, of which we have a grandiose one. We have a grandiose history.
Fascinating is a word for it.
Why is my microphone buzzing?
Sea Lion.
What a great reference to the greatest episode of Distractible ever. The best choice to listen. Way better than this one, maybe.
Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that the game is not rigged. We do not choose who wins. It's all very important and meaningful. But Mark was going to do small talk or something. What'd you say?
That's right, Mark, specifically, you were going to do small talk.
Well, hold on now. Let's just say, ever since we've had this written thing, which has been incredibly inconvenient, but has actually been holding us accountable, I'd say it's more fair than ever. I say, until we decide again at the biennial.
Bidecadial?
Would that be twice a decade, or would that be every other decade? Biscorial? Biscurial?
Bi-fortnighteel?
I don't know. God, what would that even be? Is that a quad night?
Be twice every 2 victory royales.
Well, I've never won one, so I don't think I'll...
You never won a victory royale?
No, I never have.
Oh, Mark, you've never tasted the sweet release of victory?
I've never won any battleground kind of thing like PUBG or Big Battle. What is it called? Battle MMO? What is it?
No, wait, what are they called?
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale, that's the one.
I've never gotten first place.
Forget this episode, let's go play.
Yeah.
We were going to do a Helldivers episode while we play Helldivers.
That's true.
Yeah, that's not this episode, but we definitely should do that. No, my friend JP still plays PUBG every now and then. I know some people still play Fortnite. Fortnite had like a Lego mode, and then they had like a non-building mode and stuff, so...
I don't think you're allowed to talk like Fortnite like it's still hanging in there. It's still like the most dominant game.
Yeah, it's not even close.
If it like peaked and like came off the peak a little, it's still just billions. They're printing money over there. They can't do it fast enough. It's ridiculous.
That's too bad.
That's too bad.
I don't disagree with that sentiment, but Fortnite never wasn't the king.
You know, I played Fortnite before it was cool. I have YouTube videos when it was just a PvE mode. They emailed me and they were like, hey, we might be doing like, we're going to be reorganizing our game and changing it up a bit. We'd love to partner with you. And I responded, I was like, I appreciate it, but I don't think so. I feel like I've got what I can get out of the game. What could I possibly get out of a partnership with you guys? You know,
this is a revelation. Wow.
That doesn't sound like it's gonna be anything.
Career regrets.
Holy shit, you could have been Ninja.
I could have, but the thing, well no, I'm not good at PvP. I'm okay, I'm not good.
You don't have to be good, you just have to scream at 8-year-olds. What did you say to me, you little shit?
The true magnitude of your loss of opportunity from that very poor decision is so much bigger than you know.
I will say, I don't have that. It was not a career opportunity, but I happen to have friends who know people at Epic. Mandy and I got to tour Epic Game Studios because it was like 5 minutes from where we lived in North Carolina before the Battle Royale blew up. But there was a whole roadmap of all the Battle Royale shit on a wall, and they were like, we're gonna walk you down this hallway. This is all like NDA stuff. And we had, signed an NDA or whatever, because we were in the studio seeing stuff. But they were like, this is part of the NDA stuff, okay? So you could look at it, but like, no pictures, no, like, this is top secret shit. I saw all those plans before they happened, and then they happened, and I was like, wow, they were right.
That's the thing. I know there's tons of game companies that would probably love to work with me, and then I always pick like the ones that want to do a really big thing, and then it happens right when I'm in, I don't know, making a movie, and then I have to go like, I can't. And they're like, why? This works for everyone else. They do it. I'm like, sorry, I can't.
I gotta tell you, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work for me.
If companies reach out and they're like, hey, do you want to maybe do it? And I'm like, oh, I'm real busy. And they're like, all right, see ya. I mean, you suck anyway. You were like our 8th choice. We'll just keep going.
There's a man who's posted like 5 YouTube videos in the last month who's like, these game companies keep trying to throw bags of money at me. He's sitting in a tub that looks undersized. Camera aimed in the mirror like, oh man, I couldn't possibly take more money. Look how well I'm doing.
All right, here's the thing. This is not gonna. This is gonna sound like pettiness, but I'm actually kind of curious what you guys think about this. You know how when Matt Pat retired, there was like a big celebration. He's gone! He's gone! Woo!
You're talking about that YouTube creators like threw a huge party, right? There was like a whole thing that was like.
Oh, it was a whole thing.
It was like it was through YouTube. It was like a big deal.
If I retired, would they do that for me? Like
they would play that Ding Dong the Witch's Dead song. They have a YouTube plaque that's just like Markiplier. They have like your starting date, ending date, and people just line up to spit on it as they leave.
But the thing is, I feel like I've been one of YouTube's biggest supporters on the platform. I'm usually the guy going like, now YouTube creates one of the best opportunities for creators in general. Like TikTok is great and all for getting discovered.
Plus you don't need money.
Yeah, exactly. There's tons of videos now coming out about like the creator fund that they provided is drying up, right? They're not doing the same thing, which is a actual revenue share. They didn't create the copyright system, which a lot of people don't like, but we've talked about that before, how it's like the alternative is it don't happen because they got sued, and this is the only way that it can still go and you can still have things.
I don't know that YouTube gets as much flack. Like, I feel like it used to be a couple times a year, all the creators would come out and like there was a big kerfuffle about YouTube. I don't feel like that's happened in a while where there's been like a whole lot of people coming out upset about YouTube. Like now people just accept that things are what they are.
I don't know if it just feels like this, but it feels like Twitch took that mantle. I don't know if it was a shift in where the focus was, but yeah, it felt like that for YouTube, and then now it feels like every few months there's a new thing what Twitch does where it's like the same type of backlash, but it's aimed at them instead of, yeah, I don't know.
But can you believe that I'm actually in the final stretch?
The final stretch? I can't, you've never said those words.
Yeah, I looked at Mark's roadmap and it was 2 months of working on movie, and then there was about 2 years of just something called final stretch.
No, seriously though, actually, I don't want to like induce a panic attack in you. Does that make you uncomfortable, or are you like, yeah, we got it?
No, it's been really good. Actually, the past few weeks, Lixie and Rachel, Marcus, and Molly, who's a newer part of the team, CG artist Molly, did all the concept art and made the models.
Thank you for clarifying. I was like, I wonder where my wife's been.
But they were all here, so they flew in to help with the final stretch, and that was monumental, because it's not like I've done this alone, but I have taken on several parts of it by myself, and having them in town just to be able to kind of ease the responsibility in person, because I haven't often been an in-person kind of, I've had like teams working out of office, and those are mostly the most productive times, but for the past few years, since like a little before COVID, it was remote, and always has been remote. It was nice to have everyone in town. They're still in for a little bit. Lixian even came in from Portugal. Like that was huge. It was super great to have him here. Like, love that guy. Big shout out to Lixian.
Bob, I gave you points for final stretch for some reason, so just so you know, at the end, whenever that's marked down, I wrote it, and then I realized I was next to your name, so you get those points.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna take a page out of Mark's playbook here. Guys, I think I'm in the final stretch of raising James. I think we've made a lot of progress in the last 16 months. I think we're really homing in on, like the final targets, and I think this is going to be the final stretch with the baby, and then everything's going to be smooth sailing.
Yeah, Those college applications go out pretty soon, huh?
10 days, he has to go get a job, start bringing money into the house.
I wish.
Think of a YouTube channel. Baby YouTube channel is very popular. People love that.
I'll just buy him toys and then open them in front of him and call it a review channel. Is that still legal on YouTube?
Perfectly legal. Encouraged.
Mark, I want you to know I gave you 2 points for YouTube has been. And you both have some Fortnite points.
Alright.
Anything else y'all want to talk about small talk wise before I bring up something that I found out?
Everyone will be very excited about this. Big phone case news, everyone.
Oh!
Your favorite, probably wallet company, maybe, is delving into the world of phone cases and MagSafe accessories. This is completely not sponsored. I've never been sponsored by this company. I like their wallet. Ridge Wallet released an official MagSafe Ridge wallet, which is actually just panels you could put on the thing and clips to your phone. And they also put out a case, and I'm excited to see them.
Boo! Boo!
What boo?
Boo! Everyone's favorite wallet. Boo! Everyone knows Bellroy is the superior wallet company.
Yeah. Bellroy is the hipster new one on the block. Ridge.
They're not even new. They've had MagSafe phone cases way longer than Ridge has. What do you mean new?
Well, this is literally a new product that Ridge is releasing, so yes, they have definitely had it.
Yeah, those turtles over at Ridge finally got out of their coffins long enough to be able to scrape together their arthritis so that they could cobble together what a phone is. Good for them.
I don't want what Bellroy has to offer, and I'm not going to argue that Ridge is not overpriced, because it is, but you can always get it on sale, which you should.
I go with Walker wallets. There's this guy, Steve, what's his name? Wallet Maker or something like that. He walks around and he has these custom made wallets where he takes his old shirts and he folds them up and he says, I'll buy a wallet. And I was like, how much? And he says like $2. And I give him $2. He gives me his folded up shirt thing. It's like Streetwalker Steve Wallet. You can only find him around Cincinnati. He walks around selling wallets.
I still can't tell if this is a real thing or a bit. I'm hoping it's a bit. Listen, I got nothing against Bellroy. Ridge is my preferred wallet that I've tried, okay? And I've tried a fair few of them.
I actually had a tragedy with Bellroy wallets, not because of the quality, but I had a wallet from them that was one of their limited edition wallets. It was my favorite wallet. I love that wallet.
Is that the one that went to the dump?
No, it's not the one that went to the dump. It's the one that went in the blood.
Oh, that's not great.
It turns out that if you have your wallet go in blood, it stains it red. And you'd think that would look cool. It doesn't, because the blood I've talked about is kind of like it's like a paint thinner. So,
oh no.
So it's like, and it was such a good pattern, and I was just like, oh, it's also been through the wash. We tried to wash, it got worse. And it's just like, it was so sad, and they didn't have it again because it was a limited edition, and ever since then I've been looking for a wallet.
Man, I hope someone drives a long distance to get you this wallet to ship to you while watching and or listening to the podcast.
Cut all this out. Cut out Bob's segment. Cut it out.
Why? No, you don't have that.
Cut out every word that Bob has said this whole
Make
episode.
my segment longer. Put it in twice.
Make all of a sentence just go, what? And then he stops talking and then...
Alright, so, March 10th. A little while ago, via lipstickalley.com. Soulja Boy tells Instagram goodbye after making $17,000 on TikTok Live in one day. Fast forward, April 24th, via @SouljaBoy on X and or Twitter. How much y'all want for TikTok? I'll buy it @TikTok_US. TikTok is about to be owned by Soulja Boy. He can afford it, he will buy it, he will run it.
Is this the topic or is this your small talk?
This is the small talk, this is not the whole thing.
I would live in a world where Twitter is owned by Elon Musk, but then somehow TikTok is owned by Soulja Boy, and those are the dominant social media platforms we have to live with.
Wouldn't be a bad world.
Can't be that much worse than it is already, right?
There's no way.
Oh, it can. Yeah, I feel like there's been even more Soulja Boy news, but that was the stuff I'd seen and wanted to talk about, and I kept forgetting to bring it up. So it might be a little bit of old news. It's old news now. By the time this episode comes out, it's going to be slightly older news. That's not really a great segue into my topic, so no points to me for segue.
That's unfortunate.
But today, I want you guys to give me bad excuses.
For what?
I'm glad you asked. I have a variety of small scenarios, little things here, and you're going to give me a bad excuse as to why. This would have been a bit more fleshed out, but I'm lazy and didn't have it prepared until about half an hour ago.
I feel that.
That's a good excuse.
We'll start simple with simple, common, everyday things that people deal with.
Don't worry, I'm firing up ChatGPT right now!
Great, I was hoping you wouldn't come up with original ideas on your own.
Everyone loves when I do this. You want bad excuses? I've got thousands.
Well, let's start simple. You're late for class. Give me a bad excuse as to why.
My parents died.
Chat GPT tell you that fast?
No, that was me.
He just used that one before.
Do I win?
Thank you guys for coming to this episode. Mark has been the victor. He just asked for it, so that was the secret. All you had to ask for was the win. Now you win. No, you don't win.
Oh, I didn't ask if I won. I was just like, oh, did I ask if I won?
You said, did I win?
I meant the round, but okay, yeah. Did I won. Okay, cool.
Sure. Bob, your turn.
But if Mark already won, I don't want to waste my efforts. Do I have a chance to get points here?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm late to class because I forgot to take a shower.
I like the way you said that with confidence, too, so that the teacher is clearly going to believe every word. They're going to be hanging on it.
Well, you can smell if you want. This is a provable excuse.
I will pass. The teacher might take you up on. I'm not sure. It depends on the teacher, probably. Okay, so parents died. Forgot to take a shower.
I got a different one. I was trying to get on the school bus, but then I remembered that I forgot my homework. And so I turned around, and then the bus driver closed the door on my backpack, and I was stuck outside of the bus. Then it drove me to school, and I was at school, but I don't have my homework. I was fine on the bus, outside of it. No other kids were picked up after I got trapped. I was the last stop before the school. Very inefficient, these bus routes, because I was the farthest house away, so I couldn't go back and get my homework. But also, you could save a lot of gas money from the school bus system if you rerouted it so I'm the first one. And then I might have been able to get my homework, because then it would have dropped me off and I would have been able to run home after the next kid got picked up. But I didn't. So, I mean, politics, you know?
I feel like that's a really good excuse.
I felt like parents died. Yeah, parents died, I think, might have just gotten the point. But your remake is just so thorough.
Too good, right?
I did give you a point, though, Mark, whenever you said I turned around, because it made me chuckle.
That was the only part that made you chuckle, that's it.
He did the thing. He said it.
I peaked when I made those, didn't I? I peaked, and I don't even have them anymore. They're lost.
You've never even been funny since then, Mark.
Tell you what, Mark, you got 2 points total from that. Bob, you got 1.
For what?
I wrote down you smell. Bob, I accidentally gave you the point for parents died, so I guess you got that too.
You can't keep doing it.
You know what, Mark? Here's a point called sorry, Mark.
Fine. Even though I should get the point, it's net 0.
You should, but I keep writing things down under Bob that go to you.
You can cross your bow.
I have an official record here. I don't know how to fix it, you know. So on the bright side, you guys are tied right now.
All right.
Yeah, well, that's what it would have been, right? All right, give me the next one. You got bad excuses all over the place here. This is in theme, so.
You have an important court case, but you're late, and you're the prosecuting attorney.
This is the same premise. We're just adults now, but that's okay.
You are. It's the same premise, but you're adults now.
My parents died, but this time I'm an adult.
It's more likely, statistically speaking.
What are you eating, Mark?
It's jerky, but it says it's like Wagyu jerky, but I doubt that.
That'd just be a waste. Plus, I'm pretty sure it would be more tender than that.
Mark, why are you late to your court?
Hold, pause.
Ooh, lawyer words.
I met this guy. I always felt bad for him. He was going through, like, some tough times. He got diagnosed with cancer, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll throw him some pity. I thought he was just a chemist. Turns out, way weirder life than I thought. Long story short, I don't like the color blue anymore, and also, I am so high right now. But ran into him again because I thought he died. He didn't die. Came back and just really threatened to kill me, and then coughed in my face. So I'm like, I might be sick or whatever he had. I don't know if cancer is like contagious. I'm a lawyer, not a doctor. Anyway, that's why I'm late.
Okay, I gave you Breaking Bad zombies.
I just want to say, Saul Goodman is a defense attorney, not a prosecutor.
I never said I was Saul Goodman specifically.
There was a burning building. Little Timmy was in the window waving his arms frantically. The window was even open. All you had to do was run over, pick him up, grab him, pull him out. You didn't. Why?
Parents today, they just coddle their kids, right? I can't do everything for him. Honestly, I'm glad he's dead. Because, frankly, if he can't figure out how to open a window, what's going to happen? Are we just going to give him handouts for the rest of his life? Well, I mean, not anymore. Thank goodness.
The window was open.
Oh, it was open? That's even worse. God, man, you tell me again. Kids back in my generation could climb over things.
Don't coddle your kids.
Listen, it was an all-day shoot, and the fire just happened to be right next to where we were, and I was the guy in charge of flying the first-person drone, and this was like, we were on our last take. Like, we were out of light, we were out of time. The fire was actually helping with the light situation, but I had to get the take, and so I just had to keep the headset on, even though I could hear Timmy screaming from the window, "Oh God, I'm dying. Oh, I'm so young, I'm too young to die." I was like, this is not what I'm getting paid for right now. I gotta do this job. So we got the shot. But we got the shot.
Alright, I have marked some points for your all's answers. Alright, we have a trolley. On one side, there are 4 people tied up laying on the track. The trolley is clearly heading right for them, and the track is currently set for the trolley to hit them. On the other side, there's a track that goes right around, keeps on going, will clearly go to its destination. All you gotta do is pull the lever. No negative consequence. Pulling the lever. You don't pull the lever. Why, Bob?
Well, look, you say there's no negative consequence, but we all know that regulations can be very confusing, and who knows what sort of union rules there might be, what sort of state local regulations, not to mention federal laws that would apply to pulling a switch that would change where a trolley is going. You know, it's effectively a railroad, and I'm sure governed by the same or similar type of things. You just like to casually throw out that there would be no consequences, but I think we all know that that's just not how this sort of thing works, and I'm not going to be the one that they slap the book down on top of, or, you know, pulling the lever that I thought might save those people by switching the track, and actually that's the lever that blows up the entire trolley car and kills all of them.
That's fair. I was just thinking about the...
Don't make assumptions.
Got it. My bad.
Do you know how hard it is to tie knots around 4 people so that they're perfectly mummified by the rope? Do you know how much rope I had to get those people onto the train track? You think I'm just gonna divert it at the last minute? Does my work not mean anything to you? Does my passion not count? I maintain this long curled mustache. You know how much effort I have to do to get this and my top hat on every day looking spiffy? It's not easy. Oh yeah, just come over and undo everything I did. You know, what if Van Gogh, he was about to cut off his own ear, and you walked in and it was like, oh, there, you flipped a switch and the scissors just like fell apart. What kind of messed up person would that be, huh?
That's not how I thought you talked at all. I thought you had kind of an accent thing going on.
Oh, okay, all right. We got Mr. Prejudice over here. I didn't know that someone's being so judgmental.
I think it's interesting. That's very progressive of you to drop the transatlantic accent thing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Mark, I gotta say, I was not expecting the villain who put them on the track to be the person most creative.
I'm just gonna formally launch a protest that, once again, that's actually a really good excuse. It's not like a good reason, but it's a very valid and good excuse from the perspective of Mark's character in that story.
I suppose I could see it from that perspective.
I can see where you're going with that. However, I think that it's a bad excuse in that most people wouldn't accept it.
Well, just because they don't understand him. It's not his fault.
Which is the basis of my argument. I will understand that. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with it from this more from the lens of people won't accept it. I think it opens up more creative and fun routes that way. I'll allow you guys to think outside the box on that approach from that kind of lens, because I don't want to stifle creativity. Plus, I could just totally see like an SNL skit or something where like someone's doing interviews and they interview the guy and that's what he's saying, and he has like a Yosemite Sam mustache. That makes me laugh.
A Yosemite Sam mustache, not just curly twin skinny one?
Yeah, I don't know why I pictured the big long red mustache.
Big long mustache? Wait, did you go down for the mustache? Like goatee style?
Hold on, am I picturing the wrong guy? Yosemite?
No, yeah, that's Yosemite Sam's mustache. Like goes down. It's very long. It's like an exaggeratedly long handlebar mustache, right?
Yeah, that's what I was picturing. I was picturing that, but like.
But it still goes out. It actually comes out from the sides and slightly above his nose, which is strange. You know, looking at him, he looks very strange. I'd say him and the Tasmanian Devil. Have you ever seen them in the same room?
No, that's a good point.
There's some good ones. Anyway, you're part of like this well-known celebrity couple, and the world loves you. You just broke things off. Why?
I could give you an excuse that I think I've heard before, not personally, but of celebrities.
Whatever you want, man.
No, I won't do that. That's silly. Go after her. Think of literally anything besides murder. I can't. anything but murder. Anything but murder.
Don't you hear that when your you're like, brain, anything but this? Your brain's like, this?
Well, you know, it was really nice being with her, because, you know, world's famous actress. It didn't work out, and we just, you know, some people drift apart, and then I killed her. I don't know. Hold on.
I was like, this sounds like a real sad interview at first.
Hold on. Stop. Wait. Let me get there. I'm gonna be real with you. Sort of with you. It's me. I'm both of them. For them listening at home, I should have removed my face. I'm okay. I was getting on the bus, right? And then I turned around. Oh no! I got caught in the bus, and then man, I was like, "Honey!" And she was still on the bus stop, and she was like, "I'm bad with directions," and I was like, "No!" And I knew bus stops in the city. It was actually the last bus stop on the very end of the city. It was going towards New Mexico, of all places.
I don't know what the fuck's happening right
And I'm
now.
like, oh no! And so by the time I got back, she broke up with me.
Okay, you killed her. You are her. You got on the wrong bus.
Take your pick. Take your pick.
Alright, Bob, I don't know if there's any excuses left. I got the trifecta.
I have to say, I'm considering not even submitting an answer just to let Mark continue to have a mental breakdown.
You ever try heroin? You ever try it?
Bob, you just got some points for not being Mark's answers. Bob, you want to give one? You just want to use satisfied?
I cheated, so I dumped her out of spite.
Oh, I thought you meant to get points. You cheated.
No, it's a relationship. It's me. I cheated, and then I was like, I'll just end it.
Alright, cheated points.
I mean, I gotta admit, I'm pretty off balance from what Mark's got going on over there. He's really killing it right now.
Yeah, there was a lot.
It's too good. Tough competitor.
Fast forward, you're in a new relationship. Not even a celebrity anymore. The world's forgotten about you. You're just a guy on a date. You're over at their house, your family's cooking, take a bite of food. It's awful! You spit it out. They all look at you. She's looking at you. You feel horrified for what you've done, but you know you need to make an excuse for why you just spat out her cooking, her mom's cooking.
I jump up, rip my shirt off, revealing a chef's jacket underneath, and I shout at them, "Don't you know I'm Gordon Ramsay?" And then I take 2 pieces of bread and put it around my mother-in-law's face, and I scream right in her face, "What are you?"
Pretty good, Mark.
I spit it on the plate. I turn towards the baby. I go like, don't worry, everybody. And I go over to the baby and I'm like, here you go, champ. And I open the baby's mouth and I start shoveling it in. I chewed it really good for you. And then I help the baby chew it. It doesn't have any teeth, so I'm like, oh, no. Oh, he likes it. Nom, nom, nom. I pat him on the back a few times. And then I go sit back down and I go like, you know, that's why they say women and children first, but people forget the children part. And then I sit down.
You know, well done, both of you. I enjoyed both of those answers. Feeding the baby, I'm Gordon Ramsay. Okay, Mark, you're up first this time. You're hosting a podcast episode.
He's not, though.
There are 2 other people on the podcast episode that are competing. One of them, we'll just call him Bob, gets a bunch of really easy animals to identify by sound, whereas the other one gets a lot harder animals to identify by sound and calls you out on it. What's your excuse?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I just thought you were smarter. I thought that your big brain, that's why I assumed where all the hair went could make room for more brain.
Wait, I never said this person was bald.
It's a made-up scenario. I'm imagining something. I can't help where my mind goes.